6. Command Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is loose. 80 knots, thrust set. 6500. 3000. Rotate.
Check, check, check. Mic check 212. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Rounding out the week here. It is Friday morning, coming at you from the V1 HQ. It's our final preparation before I'm off into the wild blue yonder, y'all. I'm doing a 4-day trip. I can't believe it. I don't even know how to pack for a 4-day trip anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got a line check at the end of this trip. I got to visit LaGuardia, Chicago. Overnights are nice in sunny Florida, though, so that's good. But this is it. This is our last opportunity to kind of sharpen up the tack before I head back into the real thing starting tomorrow evening. So should be a good one. Glad you're all here. Welcome in. We are set up here on the ramp Chicago O'Hare, headed over to LaGuardia, which will always be LaGuardia, but it is a nice airport now that it's been redone. LaGuardia. I wanted to take the gray spiritual wangs, but I looked at my equipment list for this weekend. I'm going to be on a sharkleted 321 going into LaGuardia, so we're going to take the sharkleted banana bus today, right here. Looking absolutely beautiful. Big old piece of yellow. I don't think we've flown the yellow spiritual wing since 24's come out. I think we flew the Indy Builds one, but I don't think we've flown a CEO spiritual wings banana bus. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it up and running here. It should be a fun flight. Fred, good to see you, man. Tiger Dude's in the house. Chris Stupor, my man, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. AJ Funari, what's up, man? Just in time for my 11 o'clock meeting. You know how I do, AJ. You know how I do. Mountain 86, good to see you. Nash in the house. Vladimir, Josh, FSD, Mark, Max. Mark Phase 1E, welcome to rainy Chicago. Dude, it was pouring rain here when I loaded in. The sun is moving, or the clouds have moved off. The sun's popped out. I love Microsoft Flight Simulator weather. It is the best representation, not good English, of flying in the real-world dynamic environment. I just love how dynamic the environment is. Absolutely love it. Mark, hopefully, all I care about, Mark, it can rain, no snow, and no ice on Tuesday, okay? No snow, no ice on Tuesday. That's all I ask. So, no office building terminals. Not yet. Not at this one, Sam. Good to see you, my man. How you doing? It was good texting. What's up, Vodka's in the house? Turk's in here. The FS Labs Glazer himself. Good to see you, my man. Had anybody get any 5090s yesterday? Man, I sure tried. We did not succeed yet. But, all right. Let's not waste any time here. We are, let's just kind of do a little walk around here. 321. Nothing really different on the 321. You see a couple other things here, though. I love the touch with the Fenix, though. When you get the Sharkies, you get the LED lights. That looks good. Much longer fuselage to pre-flight on 321. Love this livery, too. You got the drip, the dirt coming off there. Looking good. Pretty much cold and dark airplane. Chocks look good. Come up under the wheel wells. Beautiful. We'll skip around the whole winglet or whole wing side just because for the sake of time. How are brake wear indicators on this one? They about the same? Yeah, about the same here. Brake wear indicators are about the same. That looks good. LED cockpit lights when? What do you mean, though? Oh, you mean like the floodlights, Turk. You know what? If they could, here's a wish list item for Fenix. I know Amir put in that post. He's like, here we have a whole bunch of list of things that would be cool, but just not yet. What I think would be cool, Turk, is if they had the halogen warm glow for the non-Sharklet aircraft, kind of like they do with the LED lights, with the landing lights, right? And then do LED bright lights in the cockpits that have Sharklets. So you get the best of both. Here's the thing. From an operator perspective, both are nice. The old warm glow is it's so much nicer to make a nice cozy nest in there. You know, I always say, you build your nest when you sit in the cockpit, you build your nest, get all your charts out, your iPad out, I guess, your headset set up, and the warm glow just makes it nice and cozy feeling. The LEDs are kind of harsh, but it makes it a lot easier for reading your paperwork and anything, NOTAMs and things like that if you're not looking at them on your EFB. So both have their place. The only thing I don't like about the LEDs too is when you turn them on their lowest setting, like say you have the LED panel lights, when you click it on to low, the entire panel just blows up. With the halogen bulbs, you can just kind of like really creep that little glow on there, and you can kind of highlight the speeds and the limitations, and it's not blinding you. So anyway, here we go. Sam, Sam, you're off this weekend now too, right? Nice, dude. Nice. Well, I wish I could be off this weekend too, but good to see you here in the chat, man. All right, you know the drill. This is check ride prep final stream. We're gonna just kind of work through things here. Come into the cockpit. We checked our all of our documentation, all that stuff. We checked the life vest, all that good stuff. We'll sit down into our seat. We will start our flow since we're the first one here at the cockpit. Gear handle is down. Switch is off, park brake is on, flaps are up, spoid brake is down. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Back up to the overhead. How's our voltages? Voltages look good. It almost seems like every time I load in, I think the voltage is different, isn't it? That's kind of unique. Once that's set, we'll go ahead and turn it on, let the aircraft boot up here, come to life. Joe Plains, Talent Ray, 25 months of support. Appreciate you. About to head to the field. Have a great stream. Take it easy, Joe Plains. The field as in the field of dreams. You're going to go play, or you're going to go to work at the de-icing fields? Shouldn't be any de-icing today. It'd be cool if you could adjust the LED colors. Yeah, that would be cool, Jeremy. Remember we had that mod on the Flight Factor, the Matavia mod, where you could adjust all the colors of the cabin and stuff? That was pretty cool. Chandler Trammell dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Chandler, my man, appreciate the support. Very, very kind of you. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs here to the channel, Chandler. Very kind of you. Thank you for that. Mr. Roscoe's in the house. What's up, man? Check ride? Someone said check ride? Roscoe's going to be on this. Roscoe, take your sim up to Expo. We'll do a check ride at Expo. How's that? Roscoe has been asking for a virtual check ride since the inception of this channel. I got to admit, I applaud your dedication to the check ride. It will happen. It will happen at some point, Roscoe. My man, thanks for the $5 super chat. Hope things are up well for you there on the East Coast. Not too cold. None of that stuff. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Very kind of you, Roscoe. Matavia mod, what a throwback. I know, right? What a throwback. All right, here we go. Cruise supply, ground control, CVR test. Beautiful. Let me turn up the sounds. How the sounds? I'll turn it up just a little bit more for you. We go captain per, switch to the captain position, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have a little scoop on the line check airman that is going to be doing my line check. Big time track record of being suboptimal. She has a big track record of not being the friendliest of friendlies for check airmen. So, gonna have to bring the A game. Gonna have to bring the A game. I'm looking forward, though. I don't know who the FO is, but the FO is like a page 1 of the seniority list. Super senior dude. Thanks, AJ, for the $3 super chat. Roscoe and Primo check ride stream when? I thought you were working, man. I thought you were working. Thanks for $3 super chat. Oh, Bill Primo, man. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't heard from him in a while. All right, VOR. Let's come down here. Status or recall is checked. We'll go hydraulics page. That looks good. Engine oil looks good. Pressurization is in auto and 0. Team Vodka, I had something. We discovered something on the stream yesterday. Even though I thought I removed the binding, my view keys were still like, I still had 3 of them in there. It was like roll trim, aileron center. So they were, when I was switching views, I was hitting that key command, and I think that might be what has been throwing my flight control side stick null zone thing up all the time. We'll have to double check, but I don't know. Yeah, because every time I was hitting the view key, I've realized, we discovered it live, and I since have cleaned it out, so it should be better. Should be better this stream. But I had to go back in time. I watched the 10K subs Concorde live stream. I remember when that bird used to fly. Oh man, Josh, I hear you, man. You know, I went down the rabbit hole last night into hypersonic engines, and I don't know why. Some of y'all must have been watching something about the Bramius project or whatever it is in Atlanta. So it ended up in my news feed, and now I watched so many videos. At first, I watched the PT6 video again just because I love PT6s. And then that led to hypersonic. Oh, then it was a see-through jet engine video. So, oh, this is kind of cool. This guy builds jet engines see-through. And then I watched hypersonic engine videos last night. That's what I fell asleep to. All right. Spiritual Wangs, NKS 357, O'Hare, LaGuardia, alternate of Philly. That checks out. Let's do a real-time load. We'll start it right now, though, because it's going to take about 20 minutes. So we will do load aircraft, real-time, 22 minutes. Loading process has begun. Nobody online. Weather in Chicago. Let's see if we can't pull ourselves an ATIS from the old-school way here. Weather request, KORD. METAR, yes, we'll send that off. We're going to go cost index of 75. Cruise flight level, I believe we filed 370. 370. Ground temp is 4 degrees. Ooh, we're going to have to run the engine and ice on the ground, looks like, because there's probably moisture. O'Hare, departures. We're going to use wind 010 at 21, gust 28, 1 3/4. That's old. The weather is changing rapidly. Let's see, winds are 010. So we'll depart runway, what should we depart out of here? Let's go to our charts. We'll go to our start, O'Hare charts. O'Hare 8 will be on that. Winds out of the north, 4 right, we're not doing that. 4 left. That'd be a hell of a taxi to 4 left. Let's go 10 left at double D's. 10 left, delta, delta. Will be most likely because we're going eastbound, so they're going to keep us on the south side. So we'll go 10 left, double delta, 10 left, DD, no SIDS because it's the O'Hare 8. It's vector departure, mobile a dime, that checks out. All the way down the MIP4 into the garbage. Arrivals, I got us right now planned on the ILS 22. We'll have to adjust in flight if that changes. ILS 22 into LaGuardia, coming off the transition from Keating, Echo Tango Golf. We'll throw that in there. Approach via, no via, insert. That looks good. Flight plan 673 miles. That checks out. After the flight plan, we'll do secondary initialize. We'll do this one for real. O'Hare to O'Hare is what we want in the box. If we have to come back around, we're going to come right back to runway long. 34 is 9 center. 10 center, 30. Let's do 10 left. I want the longest runway if I need it. We'll come back to the ILS 10 left. We would check the NOTAMs, make sure we could still do the ILS if we need it. We could change it to something else. I'm just going to put 200 in the radio right now because I don't want to look at the minimums. We'll zero out the winds for now. If we have to come back, we can update that. Temperature is 4. QNH, Magic Barrel Ref, 29 or 68. Looks like the clouds are coming back in. It's getting darker here. 29 or 68. Low pressure up in Chi-Town. That looks good for the secondary. Rad nav, we are going to modify this. I believe, what is it called? ORD now? No, what is it? I always forget what this freaking fix is called. On the O'Hare 8. It's, you would think it would be O'Hare, but it's GCO. Because why not? That is exactly what ORD is. It's GCO. Alright, GCO, we're going to come back to our RadNav page here in a little bit. Progress page, we're going to put the ORD airport reference in there. Perf data, NIT B, we'll leave it as is. Fueling is in progress, so we'll just kind of hang tight there. With fueling in progress and the cockpit getting darker, we'll juice up the integral lights as such. Floodlight, not really, it doesn't really apply right now. Flight Force 77, my man, good to see you, dude. Let's go. 35 months support. I appreciate you, dude. Atlanta is GSU now. Yeah, is that true, Dan? Yeah, I think it's a new fix or new. Yeah, I don't know why. Am I using GSX with 24? No, I am not. I have GSX is dead to me. I tried reviving it. It was really rough when I first started using it, which makes sense because it was brand new. It was a brand new sim. But then, honestly, man, I'm be completely honest with you guys. I don't miss GSX one bit. I mean, it's the only thing that's nice is the tug communication, and yeah, you could see your trucks of baggage loading here. But for me personally, the amount of little crashes I've had that link to GSX or just stutters that link to GSX, it's just not worth it for me personally. Now, for you, obviously, mileage may vary, but I'm honest, I don't miss it one bit, man. The only thing I do miss, like I said, is a little bit of the pushback. But some of these great add-ons, like the Fenix and such, they have their own pushback tool. You really don't need it. I mean, why do we have 500 telexes? Okay, we're going to have to... why is this a thing? I mean... How many pages of... I mean, did they send us the whole... Book of Mormon here? What are we doing? Four pages? Dudes, I'm gonna have to just like can this. Am I the only one that gets this? Or do you guys get this too? There's no read all function of the of this, is there? I can turn it off in the EFB. Alright, one more page. Now, I like this for like getting gate assignments and stuff. You know what we haven't done? We need to revive in 24 is we need to revive VAAL, V Spiritual Wangs, get our gate assignments and stuff. Alright, if I get another freaking company message that does not apply to what I'm doing, I'm turning it off. I have a company message. Hold your breath. We're about to can the whole thing. Everything's viewed. What I miss? Okay, no, we're done. I'm sorry. We are done. So, gotta ruin a good thing, man. I don't know why people gotta do that. It's gonna be airline modifiable. Well, we're not savages. Let's set 1,000 feet here on the acceleration height first and foremost. Controls. Cabin out? Where is it at? Units, RA? I thought there was a way to... Alright, we now have LDEV. We have this. We have frame mounts, nav and go around. FLS, yes, we'll have to turn this off because we might do a legit ILS approach. That all looks good. Do we have DADES? Yeah, let's just say we have DADES on this aircraft. DCDU? I guess I'll just get rid of the DCDU, right? Because that's what that's what's happening. Right? It's the DCDU messages. Well, now I still have to go in here and clean them out. This is ridiculous. You're not helping your cause. Wing McDooCam when? Not anytime soon. Oh, for the love of Mormons. What are we doing? The guy, oh, someone's sending it to me right now as a troll. It's gotta be. Yeah, I have like 2 more pages. How do you like just disable that? Are we in Salt Lake City? I don't know. That's awful. If you're a basement dweller watching the stream doing that, I mean, you're not helping your cause, man. Like, it's you're not helping your cause by doing that. Alright. Do you get nervous for line checks? Nah. And here's the secret to line checks. If you fly like you're supposed to fly day in and day out, a line check is just any other day flying, right? Got to go into the Fenix app and disconnect Hoppy. Woof. Can I do that while flying if I open up the Fenix app right now? No. Wouldn't recommend. Okay. I have the Fenix app open. It'll restart the aircraft? Okay, let's not do that. We'll just have to fly around with company message on all day. Alright. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and fire up the APU. I'm a few minutes late. What the ACARs say? The entire Book of Mormon, basically. I thought in EFB options, Russ, to turn off... oh, you mean in the actual settings? Let me see here. Hold on. Settings. Auto print. Telex? Let's turn that off. And turn that off. Turn both those off, maybe. Let's see. So now I think if I... now we gotta clear them out, though. That's the thing. That's related to printer only? Oh no, Caro. Don't tell me that. Well, I'm gonna clear... I have 1 page left. How does one... do I just need to go get like a new Hoppy code then? Okay. We got them all. I'm gonna get off Hoppy. I mean, that's cool. We'll just end Hoppy for good. Hoppy's dead to me because of the Mormons. It's unfortunate. All right. Let's get this APU. Look, the rain's back. Who jinxed us with the nice weather? I'd get off Hoppy. No controls really use it. More of a Euro thing. That's him. All right, Sam. Or Zippy. I'll do that. We'll X Hoppy. I don't know. I think I had that for... Didn't we need that for VAAL or something, though? Do I read Discord DMs? Very rarely. Alright, APU is up and running. We need a 3-minute warm-up on that. So that is set. 3 minutes on the warm-up. Magic Barrow ref has been set. Top altitude. We're going to look at our SID here. We're going to set 37,000 feet for now. Fueling is done. 17.6 in the tanks. We'll go ahead and turn on our fuel tank pumps. Got to stick disrupting my flows here. Let's go ahead and go to the fuel page. Everything is balanced and on board, so we'll go ahead and put 17.6 in the block fuel page. Seatbelt sign is coming on. That looks good. With that done, let's go over here and take a look at our SID. There's a couple things we need to load in here. This is the O'Hare, what is it now? 8 departure. Man, I'm getting old because I remember when it was like the 1 or the 2, and then it went all the way through 9, then I came all the way back, and now we're all the way back up to 8. So all turbojet maintain 250 knot teleadvised. We'll get that in there, but we have a couple of range rings we need to throw in here. 5.5 and 8.5. So let's go into our flight plan fix info page. We'll take the top one there, fix info, and we're going to put the GCO Grand Canyon Chicago VOR in there, and we said 6 and 8, right? Or is it 5 and 8? Now it's 5.5, but I take the more conservative. So 5.5 will do 5 and 8 for the rings. That's a little bit more conservative. So we'll do a 5 radial. Sorry, wrong one. 5 radius. We don't want a radial. A 5 radius. New fix. Grand Canyon, Chicago. 8 radius is set. All right. So now we have 2 range rings there indicating our altitudes that we must be at or above 3 and at or above 4,000. We also have a speed restriction up here, maintain 250 knots. So how we do that in the Airbus, we go to our perf climb out page, and this is where you're going to pre-select the speed. Now you're going to put 250 here, and all that's going to happen is this means that when the aircraft, instead of reverting to managed speed, it is going to target this pre-selected speed instead of managed speed. When will the aircraft go into managed speed? After takeoff, right? After, especially after we clean up. What's it going to revert to? 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Now, when you get through 10,000 feet, it's going to go to our cost-indexed climb-out speed. At 75, it's probably going to be close to 7-8 Mach, 300 plus knots. You do not want to be doing that on this departure because it says maintain 250. So we put this down here to remind us to not accelerate out of 10,000. Now, there's a caveat to this. You can do this for 210 knots. You can do it for 220 knots. Let's say there's a speed restriction that says maintain 300 knots or 280 knots until advised. If I were to come in here and put 280 in the pre-select, what's going to happen below 10,000 feet after I bring the gear ups and the flaps up after takeoff checklist? Then it's going to go to the pre-selected 280, and you'll be speeding below 10,000 feet. So make sure that you only use this up to 250 knots, because if you put the more than 250, it will target 250 below 10, and now you're speeding. So 250 is what we got here. On this SID, it works out great because 250 is the speed limit anyway. That's all we care about. So we are set for the departure. O'Hare 10 left, double Ds. We'll look at some perf data for takeoff. We'll go ahead and go to the departure perf. We're going to be departing runway 10 left. The surface is wet. We're going to do a prelim sync. I'm going to let it do optimum because this is my last go. So we're not going to Toga this one unless need be. Well, it is contaminated. Maybe we should go Toga. Let's go Toga because it's possible that there's contamination, and we're going to do Toga. So with Toga numbers, it's going to be 40, 59, 59, flap 2, plus it'll help us with our accelerate stop too on a wet runway. Now we are going to put an intersection in here. I need to add a custom intersection. What's F Lima? Foxtrot Lima, add custom. Intersection ID is Delta Delta. Takeoff remaining distance from Delta Delta. Does anybody know? Oh, thank you, Mark. You're the man. 10,093. Takeoff remaining is 1093 from Delta Delta. Now, our software does this automatically. So 1086. We'll save it. That's close enough. All right. So 10 left, Delta Delta. And we should have a shift. There's our shift, 2,900 feet. We'll recalculate that. 35, 50, 50, flaps 2.9. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Oh, full length means FL means full length. Thank you, Aviator. When I say Fox Lima, okay, yeah, full length. So our software, when we send in the intersection, we just send in Delta Delta. It will automatically calculate the shift. You'll see here, this is now, we got in feet TO shift. That means we've shifted and shortened the runway 2,900 feet. So if you go off the end of the runway because you blow a tire or something, they're going to look at the FAA is going to come back and say, hey, why did you not put your takeoff shift numbers in there? You probably, if you would have done that, then you would have had this takeoff speed, then you would have had a longer accelerate stop distance margin, you wouldn't have gone off the runway. So it's pilot error, it's on you. Here goes, thanks for your license, bye-bye, have fun working at Buc-ee's. So You always got a CYA. Make sure you put your intersections in there, even if you don't expect getting them. This is kind of a real-world tip. Good. I say FOs because our FOs run the takeoff data. That's why I keep going back to the FO. A experienced FO, they're always going to run an approximate intersection. So let's say it's kind of hard here in Chicago. Like this one. Say you're doing 9 right, and you know, instead of just running 9 right at full length, an experienced FO will always just put in the most conservative, maybe Sierra Sierra or at least Victor Victor. You can run up to 3 runway intersections per data send off that you send, so it's always good practice to have the most conservative. That way, even if you get full length, great. Your numbers are more conservative than what you have on the pavement, so you're good to go. You're erring on the safe side of things. But if you're taxing out and you only have full length runway numbers, and then tower's like, hey, can you take Sierra Sierra? Like, hold on, we got to run for, you know, we got to wait for our numbers, yada yada. Okay, never mind, you know, and it just holds. You become a cog in the wheel. So, always be on the safe side of things when it comes to running your perf data. All right, everything else is set. It's been 3 minutes. We'll get the APU bleed on. We'll disconnect from the external power. Let's go ahead and take a look at our boarding. We are almost done. Let's go to ground ceviches. Let's go ahead and pull the aft stairs, and we'll go ahead and pull the GPU. All right, so the GPU is gone. Let's practice a real-world takeoff brief here. This should be on the perf and NIT B page for me because we're waiting on final numbers. This would be like this. All right, let's make sure our CVR is recording. Sometimes these aircraft, especially the Neos, when you do that power transfer, the ground control thing kicks off. So you got to just double check that that's on here for your brief. Got any threats for today, Mark? Mark's riding first officer today. Yeah, we got threats. We got a wet runway. I ran for wet numbers, also a takeoff intersection, and Chicago is always a threat just in of itself. Okay, I agree with your threats. It's going to be a 321 left seat departure out of here. 321 for tail strike. 9.7 degrees is unemployment attitude. We'll be cognizant of that. We're going off the O'Hare 8 departure. It's a vector departure. No ATCs online, so we're setting flight level 370 as our top altitude. I got the range rings of 5 and 8. Emergencies prior to V1. My decision to reject. We'll abort per our SOP. 2-engine taxi out. We'll run the anti-ice after start to temps +4. Do you have any questions? No questions. All right, good. We got a good squawk code of, what do we have? Auto ATC 0502. 0502, we'll turn it on right now. We should be on CTAF because it's IVAO Premium. CTAF for O'Hare is 120.75. 120.75 is set. All right, let's do a B-Force cockpit prep checklist. Cockpit prep checklist. Maintenance log and tail number on board and checked. I'll place the can down here. How's it go? I'm trying to do it from memory. Cockpit prep checklist. Maintenance log, tail number on board and check. Gear pins and covers removed. Seatbelts on. ADIRS, nav, and fuel. We need 15.5, 17.5 on board. Altimeters 2968 is set. EFB checked. Cockpit preparation checklist is complete. All right, so chrono is reset. We're good to go. How's our mass and balance? We're almost fully loaded up here. Let's take a look outside. It's rainy and muggy and cold. Now, must I re-advise the how do I say this without getting in trouble? If it's raining outside and the temperature is 4 degrees, do I need to go get de-iced? It is raining outside. Temperature is 4 degrees. Sam says it depends. If everyone else is de-icing, then yes, please, Sam. Tell me you're based in Atlanta without telling me you're based in Atlanta, Sam. Good night. No! If it's rain, it's obviously not sticking to the aircraft, so there's no need to go get de-iced. Now, if there was ice involved, or there was ice on the wings, you know, then that would be a different story. Or if it was slushy, You know, if there was like a big slushy snow falling down, then yeah, you're going to have to go get sprayed. But if it's freezing rain, then yes, exactly, yeah. But it is just rain. We are going to run. Does anybody know why we're going to run the engine and ice on the ground with rain when it's below 10 C outside? Why would we, if there's no ice to worry about, it's just rain, why would I turn the engine and ice on? Callie Simmer, good to see you. I didn't get to say good morning to you, but Callie Simmer, I got my cafe con leche here ready to go. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate all the support. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful Friday morning out there on the West Coast. You're forgetting that it's still Chicago. The weather is scented. Well, I actually might go get sprayed just so I can go see Mr. Chicago, Joe Plains, over there on the de-ice pad. Decreased temp at engine intake. There you go, Elena Zane. Absolutely right. So this is what happens. When your engine is running, we are sucking air into the engine, correct? Well, if we're sucking air into the engine and there's moisture outside, whether it's a puddle or just rain in general, that is being ingested in the engine. With an increase in velocity, we have a decrease in temperature. So even though it's not freezing or ice outside, these engine inlets, the inlet probe, the T2 probe, is susceptible to accumulating ice because you are cooling that air as it is being ingested into the engine. So even though it's above OAT or it's above freezing on the OAT outside, that air going into the engine is being cooled rapidly with the increase of velocity. So ice buildup on the fan blades, descend pressure. Yeah, no ice. It wouldn't be ice on the fan blades with it's just rain, Nathan. Not with just rain. All right, are we ready? All right, dismiss. We are ready to go. Let's get our final numbers. We got any jump seaters today? Let's see, load sheet. Ooh, +6. So we got a full boat. 196 on the SOBs. Econ flow push button is off. We'll go ahead and run these back just a little bit. It's going to get kind of hot in the aft cabin, so we'll run that one like so. All right, we'll get the jump seat out. We got the final numbers. Close the door. Jump seats out. Let's get out of here. Let's go send to McDo. Go back to ground ceviches. Pull the chocks. Close the door. Toggle the jetway. Chicago traffic. Spare wings 357. Getting ready to push back off of Lima 7. Chicago. Alright. That is set. Why is the door open? Close that door. Beacon on. Let's run some perf numbers now. Let's run our final perf takeoff numbers. Sync final load sheet, wet. Sync live, calculate. Alright, we'll send these to the McDo. Hour 22 extra, 35, 50, 50. Flaps 2 up 0.9. Toga is set. Thrust reduction 1670, is that right? Yes, because we're at 1670 field elevation. All right, before start checklist, windows, doors, and slides, close and arm, beacon on, thrust levers, idle, parking brake is on. Before start checklist is complete.
We're holding point Charlie, Charlie, runway 10 left.
Let's push back.
Heel.
Connect the tug. Tug is connected on here. Cockpit to ground, brakes, release, clear to push. Oh, actually, now it's coming over here. Maybe I was doing it wrong before. Let's see. Didn't cabin crew recently forget to disarm the slides upon jetway attaching and inflated the... Nabil, it's happened multiple times, man. Unfortunately. Okay, we're not moving. I gotta hit the arrow. Man, I'm missing... I need 32 gigs of VRAM. I can feel it in Chicago. Any plans to fly outside the U.S.? If I lose my current job, I'm going to apply to Aerosucre. No joke. Oh, no, I hit the frame gen bug. Ah! We'll save it. We won't be doing outside views anymore. I know, camera change was bad. We're good. Alright, pushback complete, set brakes. We aren't going to start until they're clear. Brake set, clear to disconnect. Show me the pin out front. We're starting engine 1. Alright, engine mode 2 ignition start. Hopefully we can get to the engine view without stuttering our face off. There we go, turn in 1. Alright, I'm gonna turn up the sounds. Shh. It almost looks like that's a rain-snow mixture falling, but I'm not going to de-ice. But it looks a little suspect out there. Be on the lookout for rogue baggage carts. I know it, man. Chicago, that's what I wasn't joking when I said any threats. Chicago, yeah, Chicago is definitely a threat. Just the nature of Chicago. Good start on engine 1, starting 2. Yes, Sam. Exactly. To minimize view switching, I'm going to assume that it's stable. Flaps 2. God, that flap sounds pretty dang good. No, I mean, that's pretty dang good. I'm going to turn it down a little bit here for takeoff, but my goodness. Alright, hopefully we won't have any more stutters. We're not going to switch the camera around. Alright, 2 good starts. APU bleed. Master switch is coming off. Flaps 2, low vis and rain. We're going to do our checks right here, right now. Flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. 0.9 up. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config is checked. Auto. Up TARA 0502. Chicago traffic. Speedway 357 taxi 10 left Delta via the inner Chicago. Taxi lights coming on. Let's go. Alright, brakes are released. I just want to hear the sounds. Views. Oh, thanks, Mark. We never did an after start checklist. See, I can't do that view switch. See, now we got the frame gen bug. Hold on. Alright, no more of that. No more wing views, I promise. We're done. No more of that. But Mark is right. We do need the engine anti-ice 1 and 2. Wow, why are my frames are just... Performance is dead. What is happening here? Never had this before. Other than on launch day. Not in the Phoenix. Check ride failed. Yeah, well, it's after start checklist. So, engine anti-ice, that's the first step on the checklist. Jonah, the wing anti-ice is not functional on the ground. It is. You can use it as a test function. That's it. Oh yeah, I gotta reset my view here. I'll do that when we get straight.
Chicago traffic. American 3119 departing runway 10 left via Charlie, Charlie.
Let me try this. Reset the VRAM. There we go. That's better. All right, we're taking all the way around. 10 left at Delta, Delta. 5090 when? Where's Denal B when you need him? Can't believe we got duped on our 5090 launch yesterday. Oh, in the air? Jonah, we only turn on the wing anti-ice in the air when we are actively icing up. So you'd have to see a representative surface accumulating ice, such as either the wiper blades or the handy-dandy little ice detector probe up here. If you see ice accumulating, then we'll go ahead and turn the wing anti-ice on. It is a significant perf penalty. On approach, if you have the wing anti-ice on, and it's recommended that at final approach fix inbound, we turn the wing anti-ice off. That way, if you have to do a go-around, your second segment performance climb numbers aren't derailed with the wing anti-ice. And in theory, the wing anti-ice will still remain hot enough from the final approach fix down that you don't need to worry about accumulation. Also, fun fact for those that don't know, but the hardcore viewers of the channel do know, wing anti-ice, what is heated? Mark, Mr. FO today, what's heated when the wing anti-ice is on? Is it the whole wing, trailing edge, tail? Grand Duke America Series when? Cody, next week. We're going to start next week, man. We're doing the Grand Duke America Series. Leading edge flaps, leading edge. Diabetic Lad, my man. Diabetic Lad's the only one that got it right. The outer 3 slats only. That is correct. Look at that 321 taking off there. That's cool. The outer 3 slats are the only heated part of the wing. Correct. Lav seat.
Traffic.
See, that wouldn't happen in real life. On the ground, that's inhibited. So, the lav seat. Yeah, the only thing worse than a cold toilet seat is a warm one. Did I speak on the recent accident? I did, Brian. If you watch my last stream, at the JetBlue 320 Phoenix, if you watch that stream, check it out. In cruise, I did a whole breakdown of the radar track and everything and what I thought about it. Pretty much not gonna talk too much more on it. I mean, it's just a tragic event, but
Chicago traffic, American 3119 clear runway 10 left.
it's not a good situation, man. Why does it look like plastic? Why does the ground look like plastic? I don't know why the ground looks like plastic. Default Chicago, maybe? I bet we have some really cool ground effects, but I can't see them because I don't have enough VRAM to pan outside.
O'Hare traffic, Delta 104, it's lining up for runway 10 left for O'Hare's a departure on the chart channel.
Alright, we're going to turn left here at Alpha 11. I think these signs are a little messed up here. Default Chicago is not really awesome here. We're going to sneak out to the outer, and then this should be Alpha. And we should, in theory, be able to take this all the way down. Nope, we got to make a left up here. Make a left right here on Bravo. Yeah, chart is not really lining up correctly. We're gonna find our way to 10 left, I promise. That's not right. Okay, we'll just make a right on November. This has got to be November, right? Oh, Yankee, what? Oh no, that's November, okay. Taxiing in a sea of gray. Yes, we are. And there's a building out here. There's AJ's outhouse right there. That's where AJ's staying. We're going to cut the corner because I don't want to hit that with the wing. Alright. Oh, look at that. Look at that delta going. Look at the water spray. That is pretty cool, actually. Alright. All the way around. Alright, past AJ's. We're taking the AJ's outhouse route to 10 left. Alright. We're cooking with gas now. Down here and make a left turn at Delta Delta is where we're going. If we have a Delta Delta taxiway on this scenery. I'm not sure we're going to. You're going to start your O'Hare live cam? Alright. Did you run perf data for engine NIS on, Mark? I hope you did, because I didn't. So we make sure we double check that. We ran perf data for takeoff with the NIS on. Updated weather, 02026, gust 33, 3 miles. Runway 10 left, 5,000, vertical 6. Light rain, mist, broken at 6. Alright, cool. Basically, nasty day in Chicago. Do the wipers work? Yeah, actually they kind of do, but get rid of it. Why are the signs blank? Because because they're lost in the cloud. Our taxiway signs are still in the cloud, y'all. Nabil, yes, we're going north to south, man. North to south. I don't know exactly where we're going to start. We got to pick the northernmost airport in Alaska, I think, right? And then we're going all the way south. All right, here she is. 10 left, double D. Let's go. Chicago traffic, Spirit Wings 357. Going to be departing runway 10 left at Delta Delta out to the east. Chicago traffic. Josh, yeah, we can see you, man. Alright, we are cleared for takeoff because you can't line up and wait without a controller on the Bayo Premium. Okay, so he's lining up behind us. Oh yeah, I can barely see him out there. Man, look at this Viz is dropping. Send a message to wrong side sim. Will someone send a message to wrong side sim? Tell them we need an amendment for a takeoff alternate. Stat. Alright, A1 receive takeoff alternate of
O'Hare
Detroit.
traffic, Delta 104 is passing 4,700, climbing to 35,000 feet, and we are going direct to mobile.
Excellent.
Final call.
Alright. This is it. This is our last time to turn the chat blue for about a week. So if you're a member, let's do it. Spin them up 50. I'm not going to be able to do engine view because we got to keep our frames. Yoga's in chat. Sounds are coming up. Toga. Man, Toga, SRS, runway auto thrust blue. And the rain is starting. Love it. Just like real life. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Man. Every time man says center line. Rotate. Positive rate. Here up. Nav it. Spirit Wings 357, fly runway heading over to departure. Runway heading over to departure, Spirit 357. Alright, we'll set 076 on the heading. That was still awesome. Alright, F-speed. Speed checks flaps 1. Now that we're airborne, we can use our views better. Alright, we gotta make, what is that? Altitude. Above 3, we've got that one, and above 4 for the next one. We're looking good. calling me? Oh. I'm going to hold that speed there just a little bit more, get a little extra altitude. Checks. S-speed, flap 0, after takeoff checklist. There go the flaps actually automatically. There goes the slats are coming in. SProjects 357, proceed direct to dive. Direct to dive, SProjects 357. Chicago traffic, SProjects 357 out of 4,200. Direct to dive, last call, Chicago. Alright, we're navving. Now you'll notice what happened to our speed. It's bugged our pre-selected speed 250 after we cleaned up the airplane. So if you had 300 in there or 270, 280, whatever it was, it would actually bug a speed above 280 knots or 250 knots, which is what you do not want to do. All right, sounds are back down. We're looking good. It's a straight out departure. Let's go autopilot 1. TAD is plus 10, so we're kind of flying through an inversion right now. Temperature inversion. AP1 is on. Yeah, weather radar is on, but it is not functioning in the Fenix, unfortunately, yet. All right, we passed all of our altitude restrictions, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the fix info. Let's just clear those out. Clear out Grand Canyon 1, clear out Grand Canyon 2. Check outside air temp. It's plus 8 right now. We're not getting any ice detected. We'll leave the heaters on for now. We're getting ready for a breakout though. Oh, just in time. It's the same picture. Look at that cloud turbulence though, Turk. You see that? Cloud surfing on the breakout, looking good. No, I said it for you, Vodka. It's not the same picture. There's no way it's the same picture. I was just saying it for you. Look at that, entering the cloud. Look at the flex going off. Cloud turbulence for the win. Restique, I'm trying, man. I tried, Restique. All right, there's 10,000 feet. There's a secondary breakout for you. Out of 10,000, lights are coming off. That's coming off. Engine anti-ice will come off. We're through the clouds. We'll do a forward call on the cabin. Back to our McDo. Secondary, copy the active flight plan. That checks. Progress page, we'll throw in the garbage, just so we have an idea how far out we are. Straight line distance from LGA over to COM 2. We'll monitor Delta operations. Is up on 2. And we need to be on 22.8 on COM 1. Out of the clouds, brighten up our screens again. Man, we are looking good. Full screen cam's coming up. Cam, what's up, man? Just watched another helicopter, RA. Uh-oh. Mark says, oh yeah, Spearwings 357 leaving 12,000 normal speed. At a 12 normal speed, so now, normal speed, we will go ahead and manage cost index climb out speed now with 321 knots. That is a beauty. I'm kind of excited to go back to work. I'm not lying now. I'm a little bummed it's a 4-day trip. That's really long for me. I'm spoiled, but it's been, what, 2.5 weeks since I flew last. My beard's fully grown out. That's the worst part about going to work, man, shaving the beard again. Look at the cloud formations. I don't care. Okay, so you can argue with me if you say it doesn't look as yellow or it's not whatever. You cannot argue that the cloud formations and the shapes of these clouds are definitely different in 2024 than 2020. I don't think there's any argument there. Look at how we've got like some little bit of vertical development there, mostly overcast. Don't forget to tell it to control your limo. I will. Time to retire and sim full time, man. I tell you what, that's why I love my operator, because I can work as much or as little as I want, and I'm basically working part-time real world flying and doing the rest of my time sim flying. And I love it. I love flying in the sim, man. Look at this. That's just beautiful view. Being paid by Microsoft and Meadow Blue. No beards is legit #1 reason I don't want to go to the airlines. Jonah, I know, man. I don't know why we can't have beards. I think it's time for a change. Maybe we'll have a new administration, a new Department of Transportation. Maybe we can get some. Beard allowances. I know Allegiant can do it. Allegiant, they have beards. I'll give this a 24. The speed of the clouds under the wing looks so much better in 2020. Yeah, I would agree too. And you can, I swear they feel more volumetric. When we look at these views and you go through them, I just feel like they're more volumetric. You know, I feel like I'm going through them. Gosh, I was going to change the view back to the cockpit view. That's just stunning. Let's go ahead and select speed. Let's increase our rate of climb here to see if we can get on top of this here. It's a little bit choppy, so let's get on top of these clouds here. Pull our speed back. I pull back to 290. That'll increase our rate of climb. Get on top. You should talk to Wrong Side. He's some really exciting potential sim news. Oh, really? I thought you got me for a second. I thought you were going to say he has some potential exciting beard news for allowing beards for pilots. Our mustache? Yeah, mustaches are allowed. I rocked a little Mario mustache for a while, and my wife was like, yeah, it's just not you. Can't do it. I look like Mario. All right, 2992, once, twice, and thrice is set up. We'll keep this speed 290 here. That'll help us get on top of this a little bit more. We'll keep climbing up here at 290 knots. Maintain a nice little climb rate. Maybe the no beard rules for a good real. Nah, Jeremy, it's not. That was the rumor. That's what we have been led to believe for decades, but that's not true. You look globally, Europeans, the Greek, what is that? Greek airline, Olympic or not Olympic? Whatever the new Greek, the blue one. Oh my gosh, Athenis, whatever the Greek airline is. It's a blue logo. They can have beards. Allegiant can have beards. Now, I would understand like a Wizard of Oz, Helios. No, not is it Helios? Maybe it's Helios. Aegean. That's right. Yeah, Aegean. If you had a Wizard of Oz beard or like a Gandalf beard, then yes, I would agree. But just a neatly trimmed, short, well manicured beard, I don't see why that would be an issue. Lufthansa has it. British Airways, Eurowings. Yep. Caco. Ooh, hello from Malaga, Spain. Taking a break in the hotel. Caco, what are you doing out there in Spain, man? I didn't know 220 went to Spain. Good to see you, man. My Speedbird captain had a full beard this summer. That's awesome. Yeah, see, I think it's a professional, quote-unquote, thing for the U.S., like, signal of authority thing. I don't know. Most of the airline CEOs have beards. Trying to go hack an outside view. Ooh, outside view with no window. That looks pretty hot too, right there. Dang, look at that view. Guys, this is going to be the last stream for a week, so if you haven't, please do hit that like button. Maximize the likes on this video so we can coast off into the sunset with good numbers. That way when I come back next week, we don't have to start all over. Hitting that like button helps the channel out, helps the algorithm with the channel, so you're not going to have an opportunity to hit the like button for at least 5 days. I tell you what, after a 4-day trip, I'm probably not going to come right back and fly Airbus. I'm probably going to come right back and fly the Duke. So, long call, nice. Would you rather wait until a proper implementation of weather radar for a Phoenix, or be okay with pinpointing default weather, hold everyone like PMDG did? I've said this many times before, Jerry. I would like just the default weather too. You know, just give me the default weather, because that's all I really. I understand why people want a hardcore weather radar, but for me, I don't, because if I see a cell, I'm going to fly right through it anyway to see if there's turbulence in it, because it's a sim. I'm not going to fly around stuff in the simulator. So to me, having a realistic representation is not really what, you know. I would much rather just have a default style radar. So if I see a big red line, oh, okay, cool, I'm going to pick my way around this, or let's go ahead and, you know, make some adjustments if we're doing like a BSL stream or something like that. When you first started streaming, did you have to get used to talk to people you couldn't see? Yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, making a PA on the airplane is no different. I'm not looking back there at everybody, unless you make it from the galley. Talk to people I can't see. Yeah. Had the stream in the background while I was doing a few things, and I misheard beards as beers. Beards, yeah, beards. Ooh, we got a center online. Clevelandia is tuned in. Contact me on 1987. 1987. Awesome. The clouds are blurry. I know, give me a break. 1987.
I can't see it right now.
Yeah, we could take off runway 5, left turn heading in north, climbing 3000, departure today, say 726.
It's 5, that's the number.
Captain Simp, thanks for the 16 months. Not gonna lie, FS24 colors looking nice. I know it, man. Cleveland, good afternoon. Spirit Wings 357, 26.7, climbing flight level 370.
Spirit Wings 357, Cleveland Center. Radar contact approximately, yeah, let's see, 76 miles west of the check, UR, and stay Mach.
We're doing 7.6. What do you need?
Not sure yet. Delta 104, say Mach.
Delta 104, that's you,
Delta
Gus.
104, say your Mach.
We are
English second language.
Mach 0.73, accelerating to Mach 0.78.
Delta 104, maintain Mach 7.8 or greater.
Oh, Gus is going to make me fly 7.6 all the way to LaGuardia.
Spirit Wings 357, maintain Mach 7.6.
Maintain Mach 7.6, Spirit Wings 357. Dang it, Gus.
Jet USA 726, radar contact, the altitude passing.
And 1.5 coming through Jason.
We're going to make it up to 37. We're a bit chunky. Oh, let's check.
726, climb, maintain.
Our first
Flight
officer is
level
asking.
320.
Optimum
Clear
36.
direct.
Recommended 38. So
Correct.
in theory, Mark,
Kokomo, TACAM, okay.
we should be able to get to 37.
Check Oscar Kilo Kilo 332.
But she's a heavy girl. She's 800 feet per minute. This ain't no 757. Oh, look, a vertically developed cloud. Where are all my 2020 glazers at? Do you have those?
224, Cleveland Center.
What is the highest Mach on the 320? 81 Mach. Well, you mean you can go as fast as you want.
Traffic,
Just you're going to be a test pilot after 8.2. Do you guys ever do pressurization check? Yeah, Jonah. So not like an official like
224, maintain Mach 7.4 or less.
pressurization check this for cross altitude. I just look down here periodically, especially climbing through. There's like two main times that I do it.
You are radar
Right
contact,
after takeoff, I come around
left
through
check.
5,000 feet. I'm just making sure that the cabin is climbing and we're building PSI. Out of 10,000 feet, when I do my light check up here, I take a glance down here, make sure the same thing is happening, and then again through 18-ish when we hit set standard, and then I will of course check the max diff and everything once we get up to our cruise altitude. But there's not like at least for us, we don't have an official like you have to check it at this altitude and cross check it with a schedule. If there is any abnormality here, though, you'll also be alerted by an ECAM. Like you'll have a preferential diff or a cabin off schedule or something. So it will let you know. But, I've had a couple times where a flight attendant calls up like, hey, Cap, we hear a really loud whistling noise, by the L2 door or whatever it is. So I'll pull the pressurization, make sure everything is normal, make sure we're not leaking. But, I mean, these planes leak. All airplanes leak. So sometimes they whistle. Sometimes you got whistlers. It just kind of depends.
American 1573, correct the Muskegon TAC, and that's Mike Kilo Golf.
Holy cow, I flew on Iberia 321 that FA's ring the call button for every door? What? Ding dong, L1 arm. Ding dong, L2. Wow, that's a lot, Catco. That's crazy.
Delta 10, stand by.
The clouds are better in 24 unless they're
Stay
stuck
Mach.
in the cloud. Yeah. I tell you what, I was kind of vibing with this view right
3119,
here.
you're able Mach 80 or
I
greater.
love window
No,
views.
you can maintain Mach 8.
That actually
Mach
looks
8,
pretty dang
0,
good too, right there.
3119.
That is spicy.
Maintain that Mach 8.
T-Jig is out. Eddie,
Delta 104, maintain
maybe
Mach
that's where
80.
we need to go when we come back. And then do a little.
1904,
We got to do our Grand Duke. We got to do a testing flight. We're going to make sure we got everything down, and then we're going to start the Americans
357,
contract.
are you able Mach 80?
We can do it in cruise. It might be a little hard to climb up at 80 right now.
Yeah, once reaching cruise, maintain Mach 80.
All right, at cruise 80, SpaceX 357. I was going to say, no way we're going to hit 37 at 80 Mach. We'd be over LaGuardia by the time we hit 37,000 feet doing 80. Can we get a howdy sharklet emoji? Ooh, that's a good
24,
idea.
climb maintain 50350, reaching 350.
I tell you what, I don't know if we'll be
maintain
getting any
Mach 7
emojis,
8 or less.
any additional. Because, let's see, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. We have 35 emojis. Let me check when the next one would be. I think we're going to be set on 35 for quite some time. So if you're unfamiliar, emojis work like with however members you have. And it's gotten very difficult to predict because while gifted memberships are fantastic, they all expire at the same time. So let's say you have a 50 gifted membership stream. Okay, so now you have all these emojis, or you have all these members, and you're getting close to a new slot. You're like, oh, I need 2 more members, I get a new slot. But then exactly a month later, you just lost 50 members because they were all gifted memberships, right? So it makes it very hard to predict. Let me see.
Stand by,
Let me see where we are, though, as terms as emojis are concerned.
Runway 10 center via Victor Echo.
So yeah, we would have, so we are 185
1560 at runway 10 center, taxi 5 Victor
out,
Echo.
right? And now that could change by tomorrow. It could be now you need 210, or it's just very difficult to predict. But yeah, I still can't believe we're already at 31.
Spirit Wind
So-
301, you're in Mariners Base for service terminated.
That's crazy.
Approved.
We might be able to remove, like, update one. Are there any ones that we don't use? I kind of want to get rid of the vacuum cleaner.
Remember,
We do
Sierra
use
10
that
Lima Fox traffic clearance. about
Spoid
3
brake.
copy.
We'd probably get rid of the spoid brake. Change that one out.
Actually, you looking for the ILS 08?
ILS 08.
We could
Yeah, you
probably
don't
remove
put that
the
in your
circle of
flight plan,
thrust.
just, you know.
We could probably change the circle of thrust. Keep the
I
one
never
of us
10
emoji.
Lima Foxtrot. You're cleared to the Butler Airport via radar vectors Elwood City. Then
You can
direct
get rid of the
climb
vacuum because you never fly the
departures
PMDG
with me,
777.
Block 5
Shots
41.
fired, AJ. Shots fired. Gosh, that looks amazing.
4,000.
Are we ever gonna Rusty? Listen, as soon as the Fokkers make it to 2024, I guarantee you.
10
we're gonna
Lima
be
Fox,
flying
your
here.
green spec is correct. I have absolutely no visibility at that airport today. So taxi, your own discretion. Call number 1 runway of your choice. What's the call?
You gonna be flying the 777 when she comes out for 24? Yes. Oh, for sure. I'm wondering if we're gonna see that sooner than later. Because
yeah, you're about the only one that can do that.
I've been seeing other people posting that they're getting the PMDG stuff to work
American 2501, your lead Mariners Base.
in the Sim Update 1 beta. So if other people are getting it to work in the Sim Update 1 beta, I would wager PMDG is probably getting close to making it unofficially working in 24, which would be huge. because I really enjoyed flying that 777 around, man. I did. I know we only did a few flights in it, but it was just something about the triple. It's clean. It's fun to hand fly.
American 1920, I show you 3,000 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb, maintain flight level 320.
Oh yeah, 7-4. That's my absolute favorite.
330.
Christian, welcome to the private pod. Glad to have you on. Appreciate
Sorry if I
you.
said that backwards. 320. My
I
apologies.
can delete one of the X-planes. Do I have 2 X-plane ones, Fubar?
It's gonna be one of those days, I'm guessing.
Do I have 2? I don't have. Oh, I have RIP X-plane, and then I have. Oh yeah, we have 2 X-planes. We can get rid of that one. I think we'll get rid of the headstone one because we already
American
have a rest.
1920. Actually, you know what? Climb, maintain flight level 300. That'll be fine. You're gonna have to go down shortly, anyways.
300, thanks.
Man, I haven't flown the Phoenix without the window in my face in a really long time. That is a really clean looking wing there. That looks good. Ah, very funny, Turk. Why are the switches XT, LT panel the other way with some operators? Oh, the external lights for fleet commonality. So for all the boomers at American, they couldn't get the landing lights in the Airbus were on was aft because in all the Boeing aircraft going back to the the 707 days, forward was on. So when Airbus came around, instead of training their pilots to get used to how Airbus does it, they ordered panels to make them go where forward is on and aft is off for fleet commonality. And that's common through multiple operators too. So I think a lot of times when you have a mixed fleet of Boeing and Airbus, they'll run that special panel. All right, we're leveling off at 37, maintain 7, oh he said maintain 80 Mach, beautiful. So we're gonna speed it up to 80 here. And we'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. You're now free to move about the cabin. David Resties, thanks for the £5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Catco wants a Gibraltar stream. I second that. Ooh, Gibraltar, you say? We haven't done any European flying in 24 yet. But I'll tell you what, at 50K subs, we're going back to Europe. That was our first ever tour on the channel. At 7,000 subs, if we hit 50K, that's where we're going to go. I was forced to grab the
just the 726
AH707.
Are you able to fly level 320 in 8 minutes or less? Correction, not Johnson. Jet USA 726. You're able to flight level 320
Jet
in 8
USA.
minutes or less.
Is that Jeff Fabiano?
Unfortunately, now we're giving all she's got for day 6.
Last Spirit flight on the channel, Cap? Why would it be the last one?
Sorry, I can't hear you. A lot of background noise.
Man, do you guys like it without the window?
Yeah, that's negative. We're giving her all she's got for day 726.
Window.
All right, Jet USA 726. Maintain flight level 280.
Oh, it's super clear. This looks a little more realistic. I guess maybe on this side here with the shadow, this looks more realistic. Fun fact, Lufthansa 73 towards you is on for all switches. Really? So did they switch? I wonder if that's different. Dougal, good to see you, my friend. We'll do Greece, Gus.
Maintain flight level
We'll do Greece.
310.
All right, I can hear the engine spooling back. We're 80 Mach. Set manage speed. So what we'll do, we'll come here to the perf page. We'll set 99.
2097.
So now manage speed should be close enough to 80. Probably be 79, but we'll maintain it. Look at that 534 over the ground. That's nice. Got a delay code here, maybe. We could visit Lefteris in Greece. Oh yeah, he's yeah. The FS Labs headquarters. All right, level at 370. Couple things we'll do here now. We're up at 37,000 feet. Let's come down to our data init page. Wind request. We'll do a systems check. We'll start here at the engine page. We'll set my camera back. We'll go ahead and insert the uplink.
Delta 742, welcome back.
Changed our fuel a little bit. All right. The engines look good. The bleed
Delta
page.
1568, runway 10
looks
center,
normal.
fly runway heading, climb maintain
Pressurization.
5,000, clear for
Landing
takeoff.
at 0, that's normal. Everything's closed up.
Clear for takeoff.
Take a look at our electrical, normal. Temps are all normal. Hydraulics. This is normal here because the green hydraulic is holding the gear up. So the pressure is used to keep the gear in the wheel well. That's why it's showing slightly low up at altitude.
Delta 29-7, you can expect the ILS runway 4.
This is fine. This is on the
Rochester.
verge of being over-serviced, but it's fine. Nothing in the center. We got a 200-pound out of balance. That's fine. We can do that for practice here. Cabin is looking wonderful. Everything else looks good here. Who knows what these green brackets are? Catco's not allowed to answer. What are these green little brackets here? Because on the ground they were like way out here. Now they're up tight. What is this, I wonder? These green little brackets. Suspect. While you guys give me an answer, let's go ahead and transfer some fuel just because I want to, well, I wouldn't do this in real life. It's only 100 pounds off, but let me pull it out, make sure I have it starred.
85 with the climb maintain flight level 3, 290 for traffic. Jet USA 726 and American 1920. I'm going to hold you past the border until you both are clear of the conflict.
Fuel. Alright, fuel imbalance. So we don't really have an imbalance, and it's important to note that there is no requirement to
American
balance
15 to
fuel
73 descend maintain flight level 300.
if you do not have a fuel imbalance ECAM. So even if it's like 500 pounds, I'm going to turn these guys down. Even if it's 500 pounds out of balance here, there is no requirement to balance fuel. It's only if there's an ECAM. But this just for practice purposes, fuel crossfeed is going to come on. So we'll come up here. We'll go fuel crossfeed pump on. Center tank pump 1. Ooh, I have to, hold on. I have to switch my book to 321 with jet pumps here. It might be slightly different. Let me check. So, nope, that's let's see. Alright. Fuel imbalance. So it's the same procedure, which makes sense. But it says transfer off. On the lighter side, fuel pumps off. So the lighter side is the left side. So we will go left side, tank pumps off. We'll get an ECAM. I'm going to start the chrono so I don't forget. Yaw damper limit? Yes. No. Rudder limiter, correct. That's associated. Clear the caution. I'm going to leave this up to remind me, though, so we don't go past it. Now, there is no requirement to put it into ignition, but I always go like this. I always go ignition, just in case. So we'll take it down. We're 5960. We're 6,000. I dare you to ask this, your check ride pilot. What? Oh, ask the line check airman what the little green arrows are? Yeah. Minimum conversation on a line check. Minimum conversation. All right, 5980, 5960. It's going down slowly. Now there's going to be some residual. I'm going to go ahead and pull it now. Oh, it might be too late. So reverse flow, crossfeed close, ignition off.
Do you need a specific speed for us?
See, I went 20 pounds over, but that's fine.
No.
All right, fuel is balanced. We've accomplished a fuel balance in flight. Wonderful. All right. Great stream. I like the details and interactive questions. Watching videos have exponentially increased my flight sim experience. Hey, Fly USMC. How you doing, man? Appreciate the kind words, man. Glad you're enjoying it. I enjoy doing it.
That's fine. We appreciate that, but since we're going
Stop
to,
rudder input. Yeah, you're right. So those little green ticks on the rudder, that is exactly what that's for. It's
sort of
to minimize the rudder deflection. So if I were to mash on the rudder pedal full in, it would not deflect the rudder more than what's indicated by those green tick marks, and that is to assist in not ripping the rudder off the airplane. Do not attempt fuel imbalance correction if fuel leak is suspected. That's also, yeah, that's in big orange letters, actually. How'd you know? Iron Man. Yeah. I can't show it. It says, yeah, big orange letters. A fuel imbalance may indicate a fuel leak. Do not apply this procedure if a fuel leak is suspected. Yeah, you would not want to balance fuel if you had a fuel leak.
Stop getting 280 for a reason.
ANA is avoiding Russian airspace? What's happening there? I thought everybody was avoiding Russian airspace for now. Do I find the Phoenix more realistic than the TOLUS handling-wise? I do, positive rate. I do. This is no knock on the TOLUS. The TOLUS feels great. It's a great flying airplane. It's a great feeling airplane. It taxis great. But it becomes a point of the simulator platform, right? So the platform of 2024 to me provides a more realistic environment. So whatever small benefits the TOLUS model has, which we've already done a comparison stream, there's not much. I mean, the Phoenix is pretty dang good all the way around. It's nullified by the platform that it's in. The biggest of which is just the dynamic environment of Microsoft Flight Sim. Flying through a dynamic environment with rapidly changing real-world weather conditions is not to be understated. And so having this airplane, having the Phoenix and this sim just makes it all that much more realistic. Oscar, it's so funny you bring that up about the XP. So I had an XP up on the big TV last night, as I always do, and I'm just walking around getting the kids ready for bed. My wife, she came down and she's like, "Is he flying like a retro or like a old sim?" No prompt, nothing. I was like, "Yep, yeah, he's flying something from like 1998." She's like, "Yeah, it looks really old."
American 1920, sorry for the heart attack. Radar service terminated, changing through.
Yeah, the thing next to you is X-Plane 12 is just dated, man. It's tired. It needs to be taken behind the barn and shot. I'm sorry. Attention V1 Sims, I've breached the cockpit. You better fly to Buffalo now. Nope. Not going to Buffalo. Bunch of crybaby Buffalo fans over there. Relics is going to cry now. I know it, Turk. I just thought, because I mean, I wasn't really even paying attention. I was doing so. Actually, I think I was making a thumbnail on the other computer, and and she came down. And she's like, completely unprompted, but I got a kick out of it. X-Plane 12 is 11.6, 100%. V1, I have a question. I can't seem to get my throttle. The Thrustmaster TWCS to calibrate in 24 won't save when I go through all the detents. Hey, are you trying to calibrate it in the Phoenix McDo then, is what I'm assuming? Check for the only thing I can say, man. Make sure you don't have a conflicting binding, and make sure your Windows calibration. Do your Windows calibration first. And then when you get in the sim, make sure you don't have any conflicting binds for throttle. I know that's a big issue. I don't know why all simulator, from every sim I've ever flown, has always had like backwards default bindings for stuff. Like DCS was notorious for putting your rudder pedals on your yoke or your stick. X-Plane was notorious for inverting your brake axis. Like, why is that a thing? I would rather, for all future sims that come out, Microsoft 28 or whatever it is, just don't have any profiles. Just let us bind everything, please. Just don't even start with the default bindings. Other than the Honeycomb Bravo buttons. That's nice.
Yeah, we have Quadrant.
Gus says MSFS 24 is Microsoft 20.5. Yes and no.
Roger, clear direct quote and we'll report our procedure turn inbound at 4,000.
I can't sit here with a straight face and say that everything on 24 is just completely different than 2020, but there's enough changed in it that I'm like, I can't fly 2020 anymore. It's just, it's old. 2020 is old to me. Cam MD80, you're absolutely right though. Atmos in 2020.
57, I'll show you 2,000 feet above your sign altitude. Would you like 370?
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're cruising at 370. What? Where we're supposed to be at?
2,035.
I'm sorry. Well, can we stay at 37?
Absolutely.
Maintain 370. Speedway 357. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, when I checked on, see,
Cleveland Center, Delta 104.
here, this is a real world lesson.
Delta
Well, this is a real world
We need to reduce speed to 0.77 to turbulence.
problem. Oh my gosh, freaking Delta 104 Gus with his turbulence.
Fairway 224, maintain Mach 77 or less.
Hold on, we're going to have to slow down now because Gus has got freaking turbulence limitations.
Fairway 224, maintain Mach 77 or less.
7 to less.
Fairway 357, maintain Mach 77 or less.
77 or less, Speedway 357. All right, 77 selected.
Delta 104, maintain Mach 7.
So when I checked on, this is real, and this kind of plays into the unfortunate events too, other than there was really no, it doesn't necessarily apply to that specific scenario, but as far as air traffic control and their responsibility, I checked on and I said I'm climbing flight level 370. Whether he heard me or not, it's not his responsibility to confirm I'm going to the right altitude, which is kind of so a readback is really just a it's not really a formality, but kind of, because the controller does not have an obligation to correct you. So if you read back something incorrectly, they don't have the obligation to correct you, which I think is wild.
Maintain level 310, then I'll hit you.
Thanks for doing the old school prop flights like the Duke. My favorite streams are when you touch the inner workings of the aircraft of flight. Oh yeah, Fly USMC. So we're going to do some more Duke when I get back. Don't worry. We're going to do turboprop lessons. We're going to do the PT6 lesson, and then we're going to start our Duke of America's tour.
Maintain level 330.
Dennis, yeah, they don't. So for instance, let's say you're descending and they say Spearway
357, cross the Keating VOR at flight level, at maintain level 330.
Cross Keating at flight level 330. Spearway 357.
Fairway 224.
So if I
VOR at maintain level 330.
if the approach is like descend and maintain flight level 240, and I say descend and maintain 250.
Delta 29.
They're not obligated to correct me. If I descend and level at 25, I'm at fault, not the controller. Even though the tapes say I said 25, and I misheard him the whole time, and I read back 25, it doesn't matter. It's still my fault. I should have been to 24. The controller has no fault on that.
Hey, Cleveland Center, when you have a moment, Delta 1898 just pushed off gate Alpha 55 at Detroit. I got information Tango and I'm ready to taxi.
Dale, the readback is, you're right, it's to confirm that you understood the instruction, but what I'm saying is if there is a mistake made, it doesn't matter that I read it back wrong. The controller's not at fault for that. It's my responsibility.
Fairway 224, radar contact lost the altitude.
Who lost radar contact? Delta 104? X-plane crash? We're going to have to start prepping for this approach, too, in a little bit. We are we still got a little bit of time. We're 365 out. They like to descend us super early going on the Keating, so we'll be fine. Fuel on landing, 8.9. We're looking good.
Delta 29, to maintain 4,000. Left turn all the way up. Your left turn, maintain 250.
Man, that is a big bird. I mean, look at that 321. I forget how big that 321 looks.
Yep, you're right. Right turn heading 250.
Continue right turn 250, Delta 2987.
Most of the time they do correct you. Yes, most of the time they do.
That's right. Okay.
But not all the
I
time.
have my leader line, so I'm sorry about that.
I've always wondered how much resistance there is with an actual throttle. How much should I turn the knob on my Bravo from 0 to 10 to match actual resistance? To rolling, it really depends. Some, I'll be honest with you, some throttles, especially like on the Airbus, some are really stiff and some are loose. It's a real function. I mean, you can adjust the friction. I think maintenance can adjust the friction on the Airbus. You know, other airplanes, they have manual friction knobs that you can adjust and set them yourselves. Thing is, you don't want the throttle to walk by itself. But I mean, I've flown Airbuses where the thrust levers are pretty loose, and then I flew one just not too long ago. It was like, wow. Even the crew getting off, he's like, hey man, yeah, the thrust levers are really stiff. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, I go to taxi. I'm like, wow, really stiff. The problem with hardware and making it stiff axes is because you're going to start getting noise.
Click your clear of the weather.
If you make it real stiff, because sometimes it'll like trigger another axis to move if you have the friction up too high. Gus, why are you slowing us down, man? Can't believe it. Slow down for turbulence in X-Plane 9.
Delta 297, course directed.
Do you think changes will come to how visual leeway aircraft in Class B? No, I don't think so, Daniel. Listen, we kind of talked about this yesterday on the stream. If you want to know my thoughts on that tragic accident, I mean, just go to the cruise portion of yesterday's stream where we dissected the actual radar track from the tower. I gave you my thoughts, and I still stand by them. I mean, it's a freak accident because the controller did what they were supposed to do. Blue Streak did what they were supposed to do. The helo was doing, in my opinion, what they thought they were supposed to do. I firmly believe that helo never saw the CRJ. I don't believe they ever saw it. I think they were looking at the 319 on final that was pointed right at them.
You're still on the turn right.
So
yeah,
we're
still trying to make our way. Sorry about that.
You know, maybe they saw him last second, but
here. We're still trying to identify it once they're
it would. And then, you know, even I made a point saying they were a little bit high on the Route 4. They're supposed to be at or below 200 feet, which is true. They were not at the correct altitude, but their separation was supposed to be lateral.
All right, no worries.
So they were supposed to pass behind, and they probably saw that traffic down there. There's no depth perception under goggles, and they were waiting for it. Just never saw it.
Back you onto the localizer. That's a little easier now.
So I don't think changing the rules or I think that's kind of a knee-jerk
outbound. We just haven't turned
thing to do. I mean, the only thing I can't see, and I think Sam mentioned this the other day, is what I could see happening is no helicopter routes when the circle to 3-3 is in use, or no circling to 3-3 at night anymore. You know, I could see those happening, but.
Okay, yeah,
at the end of the day, it could be a clear day, not a cloud in the sky, and if you're looking at the wrong aircraft, you're looking at the wrong aircraft. It doesn't matter what the visibility is, because you're going to hit the airplane that you don't see. So it's just a freak accident, man. It's a freak
we got
accident.
positive guidance on Elwood City. Give us 1
No, I didn't see the Dan Grider video on it. I don't really follow him at all. Since I'm not a pilot, I will never know the Oker's side stick should feel. What benefit do you get force feedback without a profile? I can never set up my force feedback. Flight USMC, so with the Airbus, there is no tactile feedback of what's happening. Like, you don't feel vibrations, you don't feel increase in drag and all that in the side stick. I use it because it's the only thing that we can get to simulate the actual dampening and mushiness of the real thing. And the Moza AB9 base gets us very, very, very close. Now, when you go off into regular aircraft that do have tactile feedback, like helicopters or anything like that, flying light GA.
Just want to let you know for your information, we just crossed road tip. We'll report our procedure turn inbound.
I don't know, you guys doing procedure turns down there? Those aircraft, I mean, it really makes a difference. Being able to trim flight control pressures off of the side stick, being able to feel the loading of the aerodynamics on the flight control surfaces. So whether you're speeding up or slowing down, you can tell how fast you are just by the speed or just by the feel in the side stick. So
Delta 29.7 on the rollout. Roll
Those are
the way
all
to the
key
end of
things
the
for
turn.
hand flying. I wonder if the CRJ guys even saw the helicopter. No, they didn't, Dale. No. And I talked about it yesterday. I could almost promise you those CRJ guys never saw it coming. Never saw it. They were looking at the runway. They're at 300 feet on final, rolling out, gusty winds. They're looking straight ahead. They never saw it coming. Wind Wing Ursa Minor when? Ooh, Joe Planes. The Wind Wing Ursa Minor is a good stick.
And Cleveland, Lima Fox is procedure turn inbound 4,000.
Who's Lima Fox?
Ever Charlie 10 Lima Fox cleared the.
Ayo, how's it going,
I-left
man? Welcome
runway,
on board.
Correction, I left runway 8 approach. No traffic
Ground scenery still looks crisp. I know it, right, Sherwin? I think everything looks pretty dang good down there.
Cancellation on the air in the ground.
FAA has already suspended those helo routes around DC. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure everything's going to be suspended down there for a while.
The ILS 8 approach to Butler. We'll call you on the ground. 10 Lima Fox. Have a good.
Delta 1898. Radar contact out to the band.
Coming up on 3,000 feet for 7,000 feet, Delta 1898.
Delta 1898. Climb maintain 51350. Delete the speed restriction.
All the way up to 350.
I have a
speed
Moza.
now,
I use a
Delta
profile
1898.
created by you and Vodka. I like the way it feels, but I have an interesting profile created by you and Vodka for the Duke. Oh, Fly USMC, I keep forgetting. And really, my problem with Fly USMC is I don't have a left-handed stick for the Duke to set up other profiles, but I will attempt to make one for the Duke. Because I'd be curious as well. I had a small one for the Vision Jet, which is kind of neat, but I will see if I can't work on getting a Duke profile for the side stick, and then posting that as well.
American 319. Contact New York Center 125.32. Good day.
V1 on the ECAM flight control page, there are two numbers on the bottom. What do they mean? Flight control page. Talking about the clock? Right here. This is the clock. 1842. No patience for this. I'm not running the beta. Not running the beta. This is your ELAC computers 1, 2, SEX 1, 2, and 3. Our pitch trim is sitting at 6.0 up. 1843 on the clock. Gross weight 159. TAT SAT ISA -1. So our standard day is it's 1 degree cooler than standard right now. Up here at 37,000 feet. Can somebody tell me why the SAT is colder than the TAT? Why do I have such a difference between TAT and SAT? Man, look at the texture work around that. I mean, that looks like a real freaking screen right there. So, I'm sorry, Turk. I gotta glaze the Phoenix here. I mean, this screen, this looks like I could touch it. Dang. I just realized I could mouse wheel click and the middle mouse at the same time, and it resets me to cockpit view. That's pretty cool. I like that feature. I like that feature a lot. What's our
104, contact New York,
distance now?
125.32. Thanks for pointing.
280. In about 30 miles, we're going to start setting up, because we're going to try to set up properly here for this approach. I'm kind of digging the no window views today.
104, contact New York, 125.32.
Skin friction? Exactly. Heads air. Yes. So ram air rise, correct. AFO says TAT is directly around, includes the temp of the plane moving the air friction.
357,
Correct.
same for you. New York, 125.32. Unfortunately, you're no longer the middle of the sandwich or the end.
Oh, 2532. Thanks for that, Springways 357.
Yeah, that perfect 20 miles, give or take. That's just good.
Well, if we didn't have Captain America up there slowing down for turbulence, I think it would have been a little better.
Okay, I have a simulator that has actual weather. And you don't, so don't complain.
Yeah, I figured you were all together.
He's special. All right, 2532, New York, good afternoon. Spirit Wings 357, we're level 37077, Mach assigned.
Hearing 357 here, Center. Hello.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the skin friction. So, absolutely correct. So, the aircraft moving through the air actually warms up the air around the aircraft. So, the static temp is colder, minus 59, but the temperature with the friction heating up the air is minus 34. See, we're learning things. We are learning. That kind of looks like the FS Labs if I do that. Let's come back here. Get up real close to the screen and zoom in. It's astonishing how crisp each pixel is on the screen. Oh, I know it, Kyle Lewis. I know it, man. Do you think high usage of visual removes too much responsibility from ATC? No, I don't, positive rate. I think it's an important part of it because if you think of it from a different avenue, if you will. So instead of thinking about it like it removing responsibility from air traffic control, what it's doing is it's allowing that controller to then focus more attention to another potential conflict that does not have visual separation from each other. So if you've got two airplanes close together but they see each other, that controller can now reallocate his situational awareness closer to another set of aircraft that don't have each other in sight. So it's allowing them to place their attention in other areas that require it instead of it all being spread thin. So from that point of view, I think that the visual separation is a good thing. Now, what you can always do, and I know guys like this that will never report the traffic in sight because they want air traffic control to keep an eye on them and give them a vector if they get too close. So they won't report traffic in sight. I know a few captains that have done this when I was flying in the right seat. I don't necessarily agree with it all of the time. I think there is a time and place for that. But again, with so many things in aviation, situations are situational. I think that we're going to have that emoji. Situations are situational. Because with so many different things and so many different factors that come into play in a real-world flying environment, what may be 100% correct on one day may be 100% wrong on another day in a different scenario. So,
FedEx 1254 Heavy, we'll see you.
I got to be a freight dog this week for my operator in the Northeast, New York, Virginia, New Hampshire. Really cool flying boxes and passengers for a change. Nice, AFO. A little more relaxed, isn't it, flying those boxes around?
JetBlue 1418, leaving my airspace. Boston Center exposed. Radar service terminated. Change to advice.
I never tell them traffic in sight unless it's an SFO or something. Yeah, 350 smooth. Yeah, I mean, I know guys that never call it. So I agree. I mean, there's definitely a valid reason for that. I'm curious if in the real airplane you can't read the title of the page on the lower ECAM when looking down from normal seat position. Felipe! Yes. No. I actually don't know, man.
New York, Center Delta 104.
I think maybe this is too thick. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know, you got me curious now. I'm going to have to check. Oh shoot, we got to start down. Here we go. Did we miss this? Shoot. Why can't we descend? 33.
American 3119, cross Biley at and maintain 13,000, 13,000.
Don't do that.
The Allentown altimeter 2981.
Cross Biley at and maintain 13,000,
Uh-oh.
2981. American 3119.
And you are for FSprojects 357. Did you still want us cross Keating at 330? We're going to miss that one on accident.
No problem, yes. Air wings 357, just descend and maintain flight level 330.
Descend now 330, FSprojects 357. Dang it, we missed our freaking descent. Alright, we're descending to 330. Let's start plepping. Let's start looking at the approaches here for LaGuardia. Speaking of, do we have a LaGuardia ATIS? We do. Let's see, 7 miles viz, winds are calm. Broken 18, overcast 4200, ILS 22 in use. Alright, information alpha. 4,000 feet and 4 miles. Elena Zane, yeah, we blew that one up. We missed that one there. I mean, the dude gave me the clearance to descend like 45 hours ago. Alright, for speed...
357, cross mark, at and maintain flight level 190.
Cross marks at flight level 190, Spirit 357. Mark, flight level 190. What? Alright, 190 is set. I'm going to catch up to this here a little bit. Mach alt star. Let's go ahead and set 19. Push for managed. Mach descent. Mach descent nav. Down we go to cross mark at 190. That's in the box. All right, looking at this, expect Biley at 13 and Beauty at 10. Let's throw those in there. Beauty at 10. And Biley, what was it? Biley at 13, Biley at 13,000. Should have been doing that instead of yapping about the ECAM. Alright, those are set. We're doing the ILS 22. We'll bring up our LS push buttons. Let's look at our perf data. Descend. Descend now. 2982. Well, Gus screwed us up with his freaking slowing down the whole way here.
New York Center, good afternoon. Reset transponder.
Winds are calm. Oh wait, no, what? Yeah, winds are calm. We'll zero them out. Temperature is 7 degrees. Alright, 7 degrees, winds calm, ILS 22. Take a look at the approach chart here. We're not doing the SA, we're doing the regular one. ILS 22, 110, 224. Straight in is going to be 212 in the barrel. The more I move around my view to look at this, the more I'm thinking about getting a McDo.
Cross Calverton, Charlie, 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 at and maintain 1-2000.
Alright, we're on the descent path. Looking at our chart, missed approach, out 3 to Proud. 1010. Let's see, landing in LaGuardia. Spiritual Wangs, they're going to park Matt. So that's going to be over here. Marine Air Terminal. Oh, I can't see the spot number. So they'll be parking at the Matt, which hopefully be a right turn Yankee, or roll to the end Bravo. Alright, that's the Copter ILS. I don't want that one. Let's unstar you, unstar the SA, unstar the Cat 2. ILS Lope 22 is the only one we want right there. Alright. Got to get a McDo camera. Key 6. Dude, what's going on with our 5090 opportunities, man? My Avenue A did not pan out yet. Good to see a Key 6. I know, we're going to need a McDo camera. Cali Simmer, you're liking it? See, I'm tempted. When I do that, when I start setting up the box and have to look cross-ref stuff, maybe I'll order one. Maybe I'll order one. Another freaking peripheral. I don't know where I'm going to plug it in at. I think I have one. Is it USB? I have one more slot, I think, on my USB hub. Classy Traveler, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm a senior in high school at PPL. Should I go to 141 Embry-Riddle so I can get the contracts and the RATP? Just go. Hey, Ari, I'm going to tell you this right now. Just go to flight training right now. Save money on the Embry-Riddle. Go to regular flight training and knock it out as fast as you can. You already got your PPL, so you don't have that much more to go. And perhaps go to one of those schools that offer a contract after training, like you become an instructor, bill time, or they have a flow-through program. That's what I would be doing. If I was going through the steps right now, I would want to be at some school that had some pathway program to a 121 carrier, whether it be a regional or otherwise. T6, check your source, man. Check your source. Definitely do your research on schools, agreed, yeah. Do your research on schools. And I'm not saying don't skip out on a degree, but I mean, get a degree, especially because I could see the requirements going up and degrees separating you out of the pile. But if you know, getting a number as fast as you can should be the goal. So maybe do some schooling on the side.
7, radar contact 40
But,
miles northeast of the part of your flight level 380.
Yeah.
And you can descend and maintain flight level 360.
Degrees will put you ahead of someone who doesn't have one in the hiring process, and that is true. So, especially now that hiring is slowing down because aircraft deliveries are taking a hit, they're starting to become more competitive. Like back in my day, if you didn't have a degree, forget it. You weren't going anywhere. But then the last 5 years, it's been, oh, you have 1,500 hours in a pulse? You're hired. Delta 75 Captain. Welcome on board. Is it general practice to replace the McDo values for limits from the charts? Yes, absolutely.
Delta 104, cross Biley at and maintain 13,000.
Definitely getting some chops. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. Let's do a briefing here.
Wiley at
You got any threats, Mark? Mark is like, yep. Air Canada 104 is a threat. Absolutely.
357, cross Biley at and maintain 13,000, 13,000, Allentown altimeter 2981.
Cross Biley 13,000, Spear Wings 357. All right, 13 is set. We've got 19 magenta, 13 set. The threat is Air Canada 104,
Delta
Gustavo.
104,
Okay,
airspeed.
I agree. Let's go ahead and brief this out.
Flight level
Birds.
210,
Birds.
we
Yeah.
are descending to 19,000 and then 13,000.
Okay, Delta 104, what's your indicated airspeed?
Your indicated airspeed, Gus.
We are maintaining 275 here. We're taking a beating on the weather here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Spear Wings 357, maintain 270 knots, or actually, do not exceed 270 knots.
Do not exceed 270, Spear Wings 357.
Delta 104,
That's gonna
maintain
make us high.
270 knots or greater.
That's going to make us high at Mark.
270 or
I
greater
think.
for
We'll see.
104. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the upper layer. You see that? We got two in between layers. It's really cool. We should be okay because we're in a 321. We got full boards coming out, so we should be okay. Yeah, we're gonna make it.
Cross bottles.
All right.
At and maintain flight level
All right, I agree on your threats, Mark. We're watching out for Gus and the birds. All right, you have control. We're set up to come down the MIP for arrival. We got the 13 down there. Expect. We also have a 10 at Beauty. 13 is set right now. Double check, make sure I do have 13 at the next one. Yeah, I do. 13 at Biley. All right. Once we come out the bottom of the arrival, we'll be on the ILS 22. I got chart 4 August 23, 11-5. Localizer is 110.5. This is where we read it off the glass. Localizer 110.5. Final approach course is 285. Touchdown, or excuse me, Gecko 1,900 feet. Final approach fix on the slope. Gecko 212 on the barrow. Touchdown is 12 feet. Will be stable by 1,012, just about 1,000 feet above the water. Sector altitude, highest out to the west off LaGuardia, VOR 2,900. Breaking out on 2-2, we got Pappy on the right, Alsif 1 lighting. If we have to go missed.
Flight heading 080, descend and maintain 13,000. Vector for your descent.
080, descend and maintain 13,000, Spear Wings 357. All right, thrust idle open, descent heading 13 blue. If we have to go missed off the ILS 22, it's as published, out to proud, left turn, 045 is in the box, matches the plate. Landing on runway 22. Let's do our landing data. I should have done this. LaGuardia 22 will run it good. Apply METAR. Current landing weight. Why are we so overweight every time we fly the Phoenix? 158. Should be 170. Yeah, we should be good. All right, 158. Unless we got one of those weird versions. 158.0. I don't know how to do this properly. 158. 158,000. I never figured this thing out. 158.0.
That's the 173 Alpha. We can probably accept the direct Calvin.
Medium brakes.
173 Alpha Heavy. Turn
Auto reverse, auto
right,
thrust, flap
heading
full.
180.
So,
Direct Calvin.
landing in LaGuardia. 7,000 feet factor, landing distance rate of 5810, I've factored of 6.6. Okay, not a whole lot of margin there on that one there. Landing distance available is 7,000. We don't have a whole lot of margin.
104 cross Beauty at
so we'll be auto brakes, medium, full reverse, full flap, right hand turn off at the end. We're going to the mat, which is going to be, as we briefed it, right hand turn off at the end.
Delta 104.
321 again for tail strike, 9.7 unemployment attitude.
10,000.
Any questions?
Beauty at 10,000.
Any questions, Mark?
We can now maintain normal
Alright.
descent speed around
I have
200
control.
knots, if you prefer.
We're out of 18,000.
Actually, Delta 1
Seatbelt sign is on.
Your current speed for now.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Enter 275.
What was that add-on that when you did that, it recorded it and
Bureau
played
wing
it back?
357, turn right, heading 110, when able, proceed direct duty, maintain 10,000.
Right turn 110, direct beauty, descend, maintain 10,000, pretty much 357. Alright, direct beauty. Insert. Beauty, nav, 10 blue, open descent. Down we go. It was the FS Labs on, you're right, it was FS Labs on the P3D. Yes, on P3D. Doink! Welcome to Private Pilot, sir. Thank you for the support. Hey, Gus, I know you're glazing X-Plane 11.9 over there, but why don't you take a screenshot out your right wing right now? We'll compare them in the Discord. You take a screenshot, I'll take a screenshot right now. Print screen. And I can't wait to see what Gus's sim looks like. Here, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll come outside of the window. I'd love to see Gus's screenshot compared to mine right now. Matter of fact, Gus, take one out in front of you with your real weather sim. I can't wait to see this.
Seabird 173 Alpha, heavy
Here,
contact.
take a screenshot out your front window, Gus. I'll post mine.
125.7 Spirit,
Mister, I have real turbulence in my simulator. Alright, briefs are done. Everything is good. What's our VAP today? We're looking at 141. Stand by. I don't really want to add any knots if I can help it. In LaGuardia on a 321. Gus is slewing right now? Slew Stavo? Oh my gosh. Of course he's slewing around. What is the... So I know Phoenix... What's our landing weight on this thing? Should be 171,519, unless we got the Euro model. Okay, no, we're 171.5. We're good. So we're below max. The Euro model was like, what is it? It's less than that, but we're good. So we're not overweight. We're looking good. We are looking good. Oscar, I am very worried about the frames at LaGuardia, my friend. I don't have a LaGuardia scenery installed, so I don't know what it's going to look like. I haven't been to LaGuardia since I bought 2024, so we're all going to be in for a surprise together. Teterboro Tower's online. I'm worried about runway length at LaGuardia. MK Studios is fully updated for LaGuardia. Yeah, but how can you have a third-party airport if you can't stop the airport from streaming and underneath it? I don't believe you. Don't believe you. Man, look at that subtle wing flex. Looks awesome. J Lighting, I use the Moza AB9 base for my side stick. Moza AB9. No, you have to disable the whole update, I think, Turk, for that, or the whole section, which I don't want to do that.
Turkish 7, cross Sarah.
Plus 13.
Flight level 200. Cross Sarah.
I don't believe you, Bo. I don't think you can just turn the airport off. Because
For Concorde 1,
it's still going to stream around it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I believe y'all.
Transponder squawk 1160.
I don't know if I believe y'all. Anytime I've tried it, it's hurt my performance.
Delta 104, expect vectors, ILS, runway 22.
I don't believe Turk. Never believe a Turk.
Delta 104 expecting vectors for ILS, runway 22.
Mario says with DLSS 4, Sim Update 1 Beta, and new NVIDIA drivers, and a 4090, it's the best visual performance I've experienced so far. That's promising.
Spirit Wings 357, expect vectors, ILS, runway 22 approach.
Expect ILS 22, pretty much 357. All right, 22 ILS.
Bird Concord 1
As
Heavy, radar
briefed, Mark.
contact 10 miles northeast of the Calverton Viora at 11,900. Fly heading at 250.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need a video, man.
11,000.
Okay, fly radar heading 250 degrees, maintain 11,000.
Basically, I'm not going to be adding any sceneries until I can get my 32 gigabytes of VRAM, or what is the 4090? I really don't want to buy a 4090, man. Gosh, I might have to go grab my 3090 and throw it in this PC. $4080 is 24 gigs. Slustava, did you post that screenshot? Chat, did he post the screenshot yet? I'm going to open Discord. Hopefully this doesn't crash my sim. If this crashes my sim, I'm going to rage quit. Where's your screenshots, Gus? Oh my gosh, my eyes hurt.
So I'm thinking a 4-day trip is a perfect opportunity to record a podcast for your loyal V1 nation. Can record it while sipping on a cafe con leche. So here's one to get you started. Cheers.
Oh, Callie Simmer, thank you for the $10 bank angle check. Appreciate you. A perfect opportunity to record a podcast. Isn't every stream a podcast, Callie Simmer? I appreciate the $10 bank angle check. We'll see. I don't have a good microphone. I can't bring a microphone with me. I have to record it on AirPods. We'll see, Callie Simmer. I'm going to have some special content for the members, though. Don't worry. It's a long trip to get some members-only content out there. That is for sure. Maybe I should just start vlogging everything, you know, like going to the airport. Oh, this is me driving. Oh, this is me at the airport. You know what I should do, Callie Simmer? Let me see if I have any sits. If I have any airport appreciation time, I should just go live from my iPhone. And we could comment on all of the passenger experiences we're witnessing in the terminals. That never gets
American
bored.
3119, descend and maintain 4,000. Descend and maintain 4,000, American 3119.
Myrtle Beach? I haven't been to Myrtle Beach in a long time. Ooh, I do have a lengthy sit in Charlotte. That could be exciting. And then I have a sit before my check. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to try to go live from the ORD food court. I will make every attempt possible. The only reason that wouldn't happen is because it's right before my line check flight, and if we're late on our flight into O'Hare, I won't have enough time to do it. But if we're on time, I will try to go live from the ORD food court. I gotta go by the ORD food court. It's been a long time since I've been
Clear
there.
direct Robbinsville, climb and maintain.
I hope we land soon because I didn't take a lab break.
Climb in, can you say again the first half, United 2.1.
Adam Chino, I hope by your court team will be
221,
more
cleared
available.
direct
I hope
Romeo,
so.
Bravo, Victor, climb and maintain.
Robert
flight
says
level
AMD
320.
RX 7900.
320 and direct.
I'd have to look at the numbers between the 7900 XTX versus a 4080.
Stand by.
I know it's got more VRAM,
Romeo, Bravo, Victor.
but I don't know if it's worth it and everything else. We'll see how the end of this stream goes
Romeo,
on
Bravo, Victor.
LaGuardia.
Romeo, Bravo, Victor, United 2.1.
I vowed against AMD. I already can't stand my
Concord,
AMD
one heavy, turn left
processor.
heading 230.
Left right heading 230.
It's so mid compared to my hardcore i9. My i9, I had that i9 9900 for decades. It was just a wonderful chip.
Bravo. Question push on Alpha.
Now I have to unplug, replug my microphone every time I boot up. I have to unplug, replug my monitor every time I boot up because it doesn't want to boot up the 2K monitor unless I unplug it and replug it. I get weird Windows things. That might just be a Windows 11 issue, I think, honestly. But
American 1245, New York Center, good afternoon. Take it.
trust me, AMD is drowning Intel. Yeah,
They
well,
want to go on here LaGuardia. Once we got Bravo.
I did hear that the
question
latest
on
Intel
to,
stuff is having issues.
Alpha.
That's why I went
That's a
AMD.
disregard for American 1245.
American 1245, push on out, taxi off the proof base, southeast.
Oh yeah, Cypher Wolf. All I care about is a VRAM. I could care less what the other benchmarks are. I just want the VRAM for
Super
Microsoft
Concord
Flight
1
Sim.
heavy, contact New York approach.
VRAM is king. Isn't there like some server type of GPU that has like 100 gigs of VRAM? That's what I need. Yeah, John, there's a couple of guys in the Discord with that XTX that really like it. So
2979 is Delta 104 descending.
it's tempting.
New York Center, good morning.
I know, we're cloud surfing just perfectly here. I love it.
5 miles north of T2.
I love the cloud surfing that we're doing right here.
Emirates
Looks so real.
232, Super New York Center, good afternoon. Radar contact as reported, flight level 400. Descend and maintain, flight level 360.
100. I mean, yeah, we need a video card that has 100 gigs of VRAM.
New York, good day. Delta 1898 coming in from the west, checking in flight level 350.
Checking in. At least he didn't say with you. This always feels like you're so
Delta
close
1898,
because they descend you so early, but then you still fly around a tenth. Look at the cloud turb. Where's Turk at? Look at the cloud
American
turbulence.
3119, turn right heading 09 or 0.
Right as we entered that,
Right,
it started
heading
chopping
09
as we
right.
cloud surf on top here. This is epic. Oh my gosh,
Delta
it's epic.
104, descend and maintain 8000.
8000 Delta 104.
New York Center, Mustang 49.
Thanks, American. Appreciate you. I mean, right as we... I mean, it's just awesome. There's an NVIDIA H100 with 80 gig of VRAM if you're willing to pay $20K. Should I get a NVIDIA H100 fund going? 20 grand? Jeez. In some situations, I can max out a 9800 X3D CPU with a 700 XTX. Really, Romulus? Yeah, but you're a computer wizard, so that doesn't count. I need plug and play performance. I don't have time to sit there with timers and fixing the timing chain on my CPU, over boosting each core. I don't have the knowledge base for that.
Spirit Wings 357, descend and maintain 8000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Spirit Wings 357. Pro tip, descend to slow to 250 before pulling for open.
7000.
You hear the engines pull back. Love it. 250 selected. We'll get the Chinese speed brakes out to help aid in the drag. 7,000. We'll pull for open. Thrust idle open descent. Activate, confirm. Down we go.
November 1315, New York Center, the Newark altimeter.
It's going to take a year to find a 59 at MSRP. I have the same feeling, Josh. I know it. Oh, that's true, and Bill, I forgot about the power supply. We need a ton of those, huh? 8,000, not 7? I thought he said 8. Can you verify the altitude for Spirit Wings 357?
American 3119, turn left, heading 030.
I thought he said 7.
American 3119, turn left, heading 030. That's the right street to American 3119. Spirit Wings 357, descend and maintain 7000.
7,000 American, or Spirit Wings 357. Gosh dang it, Lepton, you saboteur. You owe the chat an apology.
Emirates 232 Super Cross Bottles at and maintain flight level 280.
Cross bottles at and maintain flight level 280.
Starting to see some ground down there. Pretty good cloud layer here today in the garbage. Outside air temp check, plus 14. Looking good.
And Center American 1245 on the ground, LaGuardia, ready taxi.
Mark 1245, LaGuardia, with a taxi, go to DFW.
American 1245, runway 31. You can taxi the right.
It's all good, Lepton.
You're going to make the next right, and then right turn onto
There was like
Bravo.
250 90s at all the micro centers nationwide. That's insane, A-Rod.
Alright, stand by for American 1245, right back. And Arca 1245, we have a take 22 on a nip.
Delta 104, descend and maintain 4,000.
Many years ago, I did solder on additional
4,000
VRAM
Delta
chip to get lower case character on my TRS 80
American
Model 1.
3119, turn left heading 310, descend and maintain
That's awesome,
2,000.
Romulus.
Descending 310 down to 2,000, American 3119.
That's awesome, man.
Spirit Wing 357, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000. Spirit Wings 357. 4,000
American
blue.
1245, unfortunately unable
Not really.
runway 22. You can
4,000
depart runway
blue.
31, make the next
I
right
saw it.
turn.
I set it on my
Right
mini
there, and then
FCU.
make the right turn
I'm trying to
Bravo.
stick on this wing view because I want to break out on the bottom layer here.
We'll make the right turn and the Bravo Zulu for 31 Arca 1245.
Trying to see if we can get like a reverse breakout going down through this layer here, but I think it's going to be much lower.
21, we crashed out of Cockpit for 3 minutes.
Oh, Chaos is flying. I didn't know Chaos is flying.
United 221, that's approved. Let me know when you're back.
Approved, Republic, United 221.
NVIDIA MSRP 2,000. Scalpers 5,000. I know, Migs. It's insane. I know it. I want to say the last time I flew into LaGuardia, yes, we get some turb as we enter these clouds. So awesome. I love that. Love that cloud turb. We got to dim our screens down a little bit here.
American 3119.
I want to say the last time I was on a vector for this arrival,
250, maintain 2000 until established on the
it was so
localizer, cleared
bumpy.
ILS
Our
runway
autopilot
22
just kept kicking off.
Okay, left heading 250 to ILS 22, maintain 2,000 full established, American 3119.
Delta 1898, cross Geno, aft and maintain flight level 230.
Have I ever crashed the
Geno at
Airbus
and
on
maintaining
stream?
flight level 230
Not
for
when we
Delta
were
1898.
trying legitimately. We crashed it because Jeremy Harvey asked us to do something, and we ended up in a swimming
maintain
pool.
4,000, 14,000, the Harrisburg
I
altimeter,
don't
2979er.
think I've crashed the Airbus legitimately, though. Have we? We've crashed the Learjet, but that was a binding issue. Oh, Sam, it was like when the Phoenix first came out. Jeremy Harvey was asking something about the direct law transition or something. So I reset it up, and then it just, we lost control. We were too low. The 727 we crashed. Yep. We don't talk about that. Caravan. We crashed the Caravan? Yeah, we almost crashed the PC-12. The closest to ever crashing is hard, like we're really trying not to crash, was the PC-12 in Colombia. That was the SimWorks Studios PC-12. We did a late abort. And we went off the end of the runway. We clipped a few trees, but luckily there was a lake and we were able to power up and climb out for round 2. I crashed the Vision Jet off stream. Yep, that was off stream crash, 100%. Yep.
Departure lead 17,900, climbing 15.
Aerosupra was
turn
a
right heading
729,
090,
yeah.
descend and maintain
And
3,000.
we kind of intentionally crashed that. We tried to take off like 20,000 pounds overweight. So, I mean,
American 3119.
I wasn't like
wind
super hard. I was
2406,
trying
runway
not to
20
crash,
wind.
but I was intentionally exceeding the limitations.
Elite 217 near center at a contact, cleared, direct coast, climb and
Yeah, we almost crashed into a forest in
7,000.
South America.
Code of 17,000.
When Microsoft first came out. Oh, when we were flying the Beech 18, we almost crashed in Panama a couple times. Yeah, Joe Plains, that prop governor on that PC-12
874 taxi via Alpha, echo to the rim.
was
Have a
the
good day.
best, dude. It was the best. That was the stream where Wingnut intercepted us, and
And I said American 1245, short of 31, ready to go.
American 1245 ready to go. Got my Duncan. Got my
American
Caffey.
1245, runway 31, line up and wait, traffic lining runway 22.
31, let it play, American 1245.
I feel like I should be on a vector by now.
Hamilton 974, are we able to get taxi back to Q2 to depart VFR West End?
Was that a lightning strike?
November 49er 874 taxi via Alpha, Papa, hold short runway 22.
Alpha, Papa, hold short 239.
I feel like we should be on a vector by now.
221, I'm back.
045 out to Proud. I mean, I don't want to go to Yo Man, so I'm going to pull heading. Heading is selected. We're on the
Spirit wing 357, turn right, heading
There we go.
100, descend and maintain 3000.
break turn 100, descend and maintain 3000. Spirit wings 357. All right, there we go.
Delta 104.
Spidey senses started going off. All right, 3000 blue, thrust idle open, descent. Let's shoot a line. Come down here. We'll take it off Yeoman 225. Insert full heading.
You lead 217, climb and maintain 17,000.
What was that? No, that's not right. 10. Why'd it do that? Why'd it do that? That's not right. Phoenix. Oh, because I pulled it off the star. Let's try it again. Let's try from Greco. Is that human error? Greco 044. That seems right. Select, pull heading. There we go. That looks better. Thrust idle open, descent heading. Now we got our line cleaned up. User error, not the Phoenix. How dare me.
Approach 120.8. Have a good day.
Don't blame the Phoenix.
120.8 for Delta 104. Good day.
There's a Bluebird 7.5 update? Really? Tell me the too long didn't watch. Airplane looks good. Still a 2020 product. Dedicated. Once it's released, we'll work on the 2024.
Turn left heading 040.
Left turn 040. Spirit wings 357. Is that pretty much it? We're looking at 2025 release window.
Emirates 232 Super, cross Sarah, at and maintain flight.
Wing view in or out of the window?
Cross Sarah, at and maintain flight level 200, Emirates 232.
Posted 1 minute ago, 30-minute video watching now. Give me the TLDR, diabetic lad.
31 launching, heading to gate C2.
American 3119, welcome to LaGuardia, taxi via Bravo, Echo Alpha, ramp, copy day.
Bravo Echo Alpha, ramp today.
American 1245, contact New York departure 120.8, so I'll help you out.
It sounds like it's coming out 2026 from my first sentence. Uh-oh.
American 1245, contact New York departure.
All right, let's pay attention.
All right, 28, American 1245.
Where's American 1245 going? Is he going to Dallas Fort
Spirit
Worth?
wings 357, contact New York approach 120.8, have a good day.
120.8, have a good one, Spirit wings 357.
November 1315,
I bet that American's
contact
going
New York
Dallas.
approach 120.
Approach Spirit wings 357, level 3000.
I know you can touch American 1245,
traffic, 11 o'clock, 4 miles to westbound to Boeing 737, correction, Airbus A321 descending to 2,500.
That was blocked. We copy the traffic. We're IMC, Spirit wings 357.
Crew 357, roger, reduce speed to 180.
Still to 180, Spirit wings 357.
Delta 104, turn left heading 240, join runway 22 localizer.
180.
240 to join the localizer.
Let's not mess around here. Look.
Accepting right now, sir.
Well, that's your problem, Gus.
Delta 104, you're still about 2 miles from the actual localizer. Turn left heading 240 and report established.
VFE next minus 10, flaps 1. Speed checks.
Report.
Flaps 1.
Report established at 2000, Delta 104.
And departure American 1245 on runway 31.
Dedicated 2020 for the 75 so lame. I agree,
American
Mark.
1245, flighting 340, the wind is 240.
VFE next minus 10, flaps 2.
Takeoff, traffic on a 10-mile final for the crossing runway.
All right,
Bill, it's
340
like
on
10C. We'll double check here in a second.
Boeing 357, turn left heading 310.
Left turn, tree 10, Spirit wings 357.
Delta 104, 4 miles from Gibby, maintain
Tree 10,
2000, so
flaps 2. Ooh, Nabil, plus 9. Mark, where are you at, my man? Engine and ice coming on.
Clear the ILS.
Initial release for 2020, then a free update to 24. That's lame.
Delta 104, maintain
Do we have a
2000,
quarter?
established.
And the speed.
180 knots till 5 mile final.
180 at flight.
This is the same 104 that...
Boeing 357, descend and maintain 2000, turn left heading 280.
Alright, descend 2000, heading 280, Spirit wings 357. This is the same 104 that we had to have a moment of silence for when it was Air Canada 104 going into Denver on the Atmos stream. Does anybody remember that? Talking to Denver approach.
Delta 104, LaGuardia, wind 240 at 6, runway 22, clear to land.
When would you get wing anti-ice? When we started visually seeing ice accumulation.
American 1245, radar contact, the altitude.
I don't see any.
125, American 1245.
Well, let's turn it on here
1245, thank you, climb
for simulation purposes. Mark, you need to remind me to turn it off, that final approach fix.
Growing 357, turn left heading now at 250, join runway 22 localizer.
250, join the low spare wings, 337. 250, Loc Blue. Why did we not descend? Let's hustle down. I don't know why it didn't.
Growing 357, center maintain 2000, optional localizer, cleared ILS runway 22.
2077, clear ILS 22, spare wings 357. Alright, approach AP2, glide slope blue, Loc Blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. Hustling down at 2. We're okay though. We got plenty of time. Radio altimeter is live. The app 141. Still, it looks good. Oh crap! Replay. You're right.
Growing 235, your number 2. You're following an Airbus A320 on a 5-mile final. The wind 240 at 6, runway 22, clear to land.
Recording is on and confirmed recording, so the replay's already on.
Growing 357, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land. Spare wings 357.
American 1245, turn left heading 270, clear direct Solberg, climb and maintain 14,000.
270, direct Solberg, 17,000, 1245.
Loc Star. Loc.
Number 1245, verifying the altitude, 14,000, 17,000.
American 1245, climb maintain 14,000.
14,000.
This controller is crushing it, Nabil. What does it look like you're in a constantly on a bank? Sure, and it's probably because the lighting outside is messing with your mind. That's why you're looking on your instruments, man. Illusions. Put yourself in a death spiral. All right, we're 180. We're flaps 2. We're set up golden. We're already cleared approach. Glide slope is alive. Glide slope star, go around altitude set 3000 blue.
American 1245, contact near center 125.32, safe flight.
Greco 1900, check, manage speed, gear down, spoilers arm. VFE next, -10, flaps 3. VFE next, -10, flaps full, landing checklist. Speed checks, flaps full, landing checklist. Thank you, Bart. Final approach fix inbound, wing and ice is off. Glide slope. Alright, let's fly this puppy in. Autopilot's coming off.
Number 1315, the Kennedy altimeter 2981.
Cat 1.
You are VFR, sir?
Wow, that actually worked. I killed the caution at the same time that I hit it, and it didn't even flash.
IFR or VFR, sir?
Pro pilot move right there. We already got the wing and
Number
ice. It's off.
1215, roger, contact near approach.
We're running the engine and ice though, all the way down. Mark said he ran numbers for it, so.
Delta 104 request taxi to gate 84.
Delta 184, correction 104, near approach, taxi Bravo Echo Alpha to the ramp.
Bravo Echo Alpha, I had some clouds up to 700 feet.
Delta
Approach
104,
lights
700 feet, thanks for pirate.
continue. Ice not detected. Let's go ahead and kill the engine and ice.
Number
We'll save some perf.
49874, hold short runway 22 at Papa, traffic on
Runway,
the 2 mile
landing.
final.
500.
We'll drop it in 3 reds as we come across the final approach there, that short final. Now, real world LaGuardia, there's a hump in the runway where the crossing is for the runway, that crossing runway. So it's actually really challenging to get a smooth landing, like a real smooth one, because you always hit that hump. Unless you put it down early. which we're going to try to do right about now. Landing. Let's drive it down, see if we can't sneak this one in here.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Drive.
Spoilers.
Ouch.
Reverse green. Decel. That is freaking perfect.
Number
Manual brakes.
49874, cross runway 22 at Papa, taxi runway 31 via Papa, Bravo, Zulu.
70 knots. That was a butt.
Wing 357, welcome to LaGuardia. Are you vacating right?
Yes, sir. We're going right side to the map.
Okay, Wing 357, make the right turn on Charlie Yankee if able, and you can taxi Alpha Alpha to the Marine Air Terminal.
Right turn, Charlie Yankee, Alpha Alpha to the mat. Thanks for the ATC. Spearway 357, sir.
Yep.
Gus was trying to say I smashed it. There was no smash on that. That was perfect 321 landing in LaGuardia. I'll be the first to tell you when I smash one. That was not a smasher.
We can take Lima.
That might be a sub 2.
Might
be a sub 2.
Lima, hold short
I'm
runway
gonna
31.
think it's around the 150 mark.
Good day, New York departure, Delta 2713. Request IFR clearance.
No, we don't really have any gate info stuff here, so we're just gonna keep our lights on for replay. I'll actually stop. Actually, I'm gonna keep the replay going so I can do a shutdown replay. Nah, I don't want to do that. It's gonna be too much work. Click all those buttons. WinWing light panel when? Come on, WinWing. Buy a light. Make a light panel for us. We're just gonna stop it here. We got no lead-in lines or anything like that. We want to watch that replay. Erp. Brakes are set. Everything's gonna stay on for replay mode. We're not going to shut down because we're doing replay. We did a shutdown yesterday because we forgot to start the replay. So recording is stopped. Replay is set. Replay cam coming on. We'll disconnect from my Veyu Premium. Let's take a look around. Can't really see anything. I guess I was the last in the conga line anyway. So we'll disconnect from my Veyu Premium. This is the LaGuardia. Yep, LaGuardia operation. Let's go replay on. Let me turn the parking brake off. Let me put the flaps out to duh. Let me speed us forward here so we don't have to watch all that. Nee. That looks good. Resume. Flaps full. Mini overhead is confirmed. They hinted at that. Are you serious, Adam? Really? If that's true, now that would be super exciting for me. Mini overhead is what we need. Look at that Viz coming in here. Look at that Viz. Beautiful. I like it, Chad. I feel good. I feel good after that flight. I think we did a good job. I like that landing. I don't even care what the landing rate says because that was perfect 321 technique for LaGuardia. Actually had a little bit of a gust of wind earlier. I don't know if you saw that. We actually got a little bit high. A little bit of wind right here. Got to drive it down, get it back down on the pappies. And then we brought it in pretty much perfectly.
100.
Didn't even go 3 reds, but we were sitting on the bottom of that that white ball 50, line there.
40,
50
30.
Over the numbers. Oh yeah, rolled it on. 137 on the G's. A 137. I will take that. 137 on a heavy 321 in LaGuardia, IMC all the way down. Let's see what it looked like outside. No float at all there either, Flame. Let's see where we actually touched. Perfect arrest. Yeah, that was good. That was a 154. What I say about 150-ish. What do we care about? Centerline though, and that's about as centerline as you can get. It seems quite flat. What do you mean? The airport? Oh, the airport is... Yeah, don't look at the airport as far as visuals. It's the default to Zobo Airport, man. It's not good at all. Not good at all. Let's watch it happen. I want to watch this in slow-mo here real quick. We'll do a half-speed replay. pitch angle seems flat. 321 comes in flatter because you got a different flat. That's about right there. So the 321 does come in flatter for tail strike. A little bit. There's our flare. There's our flare. Could have flared a little more actually, but I will take that. That's plenty good there. Could have flared a little more to make it even more buttery if you really wanted to. Let's see. I'll pause it right at touchdown. So, I mean, that's a pretty good pitch angle. You don't really want to be playing with more than that. You don't have a whole lot of room there. I mean, we are at 5 degrees nose up, 7.5 degrees. You're going to get pitch, so I like that. Let's watch the pitch attitude from the flight deck one more time. I'm going to go with normal speed.
Pull up.
100.
So this is from the flight deck. Oh, it's because I got the reverser out.
Don't sink.
40, 30, 20.
Don't sink.
Drive.
Just enough to arrest that descent. Yeah. I like it. You don't want to be I mean, look, this with medium brakes, full reverse, at a 158,000 pound 321. So if you're coming in at a 165,000, 168,000 pound 321, you don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. That was a nice, steady, medium auto brake, and we made the turnoff we wanted to. You float out another couple runway stripes, you're going to be going all the way to the end, and LaGuardia Tower is not going to be very happy with you.
Too low. Terrain.
All right. I'm going to wind it back. I'm going to bring the flaps up to 2. Rearm the spoilers. Put the auto thrust on. Start the sail. And bring the gear up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to wrap it up for this week of flying. It's going to wrap it up. I've had a lot of fun. I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate all of the membership donos, the bank angle check donos, super chats. Just hanging out with me this week. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. I'm glad we flew yesterday too, despite all of the tragic events. Felt good to just kind of talk about it and start moving on, getting back in the saddle. So I'm off to fly the line tomorrow for the next 4 days. You probably won't see me. I'm not going to get back super late until Tuesday, super late. So I won't be live Wednesday, Thursday maybe. So it'll be some time. So if you haven't already, do hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate all the support. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Soup!
500. One. 20. Retard. 5.